Alright, well, story time. I saw it's like 41 chapters, it's gonna be fucking long. Like 0 out of 41, like... Oh god. This one was 63. We're gonna be here for a long time. Right. Oh, we start the battle instantly. Okay, interesting. And if it's just battle after battle after battle, hopefully it will go faster. If there is not too much cutscenes in between. What is this, 41? Wait, how do you get 41? Hold up, how do you get 41? Hold up. Unless those count as one. No, there's gonna be one that only gives you like 2 or something. Okay, anyways, story. Okay, buried nightmare. Get all members, have all members like get taken down no more than once and taken down no more than twice. Okay. I now know how to play you, so I will be fine. Ah, my brilliant. Don't be afraid. Run out of this place. Oh. The purple-haired construct wakes up to the sound of the flickering bonfire. She sits straight, exhaling deeply. Despite the many times she reassures herself that no one can find her here, her nightmares never get any less frightening. Omnipresent, they eat away her flesh and bones like countless imperceptible insects. The dimly glowing armor thrums quietly, lowering her head toward the purple-haired girl. I'm okay, Cecily. And please don't call me by that name again. I'm Echo now. Isn't your name Alyssa? Echo seems to be responding to the throbbing armor or perhaps talking to herself. Bending down to dust her shoes, she notices the fluttering flame from the corner of her eyes and recalls the intense explosion. Memories of the past inevitably rush back into her mind, seemingly transporting her back to that day through the flame. That day. Ow. Don't look back, keep running! Weren't you going to pursue your justice? Weren't you going to end this darkness? Don't look back, run! Keep running! You have to get away from here. You have to get away. The piercing scream is struck into her throat, the rusty scent of blood stopping her from shouting the name out loud. All she can do is follow her body's instincts and keep running forward. That seems the only way she can escape the nightmare on her heels. That day. Everglowing Justice, Chapter 25. Ah, interesting. Utopia Flying Fortress, Central Liberia. Interesting. Alyssa, the area around the lab is a mess. Listen to me. I can't read that fast. You need to follow or get out of your phone. The path does get over. Please, you can jump to the area between the two shields. To catch you, you have to shut down the shields and take the way to break the siege. Okay. You don't have much time. Hurry. Lena. Cecily, wait for me. Okay. What's wrong? What in the world is going on? Captain, there is an unidentified explosion at the last squadron is getting over because of not being intruders. Intruders, like emergency letting go the rear fighter. I can't read that fast for fuck's sake! What a shit job to watch the test subject. Coming back here at a time like this. I have to someone else to do it next time. Who's there? They're coming back, careful. They show no mercy this time, okay. Oh, right, she doesn't have the armor, so she doesn't have Cecily. Because I was trying to hold down the auto attack, just like you have to do with her, but obviously, no armor can't do that. Nessa. Ooh.
ライナから研究所がパニックだと聞きました。衛兵もしばらくは来ないかも。逃げるなら今です。 初めて一緒に戦いますね。
So this is gonna be a very cinematic patch. Interesting.
私の後ろは姉さんに任せます。
Okay, so now we can do the funny.
秩序再建。無知の幕を下ろせ。暗闇を集結する。決意の刃で暗闇を切り裂く。無知の幕を下ろせ。偽りを破壊。暗闇を集結する。
There we go. The little back, keep running. Okay, Nina. Weren't you going to pursue your justice? Weren't you going to end this darkness? You have to get away from here. You have to get away. Ah, my brilliant. Flashbang. The unsettling whispers keeps haunting her until the first glow of daylight stings her eyes. Echo's mind is still hurting slightly. The armor puts a hand on her shoulder, seemingly hoping for her to rest for a little longer. However, there is no time, Cecily. Her gaze briefly stays on the terminal imprinted with the black antlers. Standing up nimbly, Echo cleans up her face and shakes off her exhaustion. This is the closest conservation area to that place. If Lena escaped, this is the most likely place she'd be. I have to find her, no matter what. Echo bites her lips, trying her best not to consider the worst case scenario. Having secured Sekile, she enters the conservation area alone. It has been a long time since the incident at the Hetero Tower. As the boundary of the clean zone gets clearer and clearer, conservation areas inside the clean zone are gradually developed. Despite how the punishing virus still ravages other areas, how the Hetero creatures are still evolving in secret, and how the path ahead is still uncertain, a glimmer of hope is enough for humanity to spring back with surprising vigor. They take root in this tattered earth and grow anew. This conservation area is situated at the edge of the clean zone. Many constructs are traveling to and fro, likely exploring the border of the clean zone. Have you heard? The Grey Raven Covenant is coming to this conservation area. Isn't Grey Raven missing a captain? I heard from a friend that their captain is locked up after contacting an ascendant without authorization. Yep. I don't know anything about that. I was only told by a friend from the management, who said the commandant was coming here to investigate the missing humans. That happened so long ago. Why are they investigating it now? I suppose those big shots were too busy for us. Maybe they are starting the investigation again after the rumors of hetero creatures eating humans in the nearby conservation areas. The Grey Raven Commandant. Echo pretends to organize the boxes nearby while carefully remembering this information. She has heard of the Grey Raven Commandant. I mean, we even worked together in the Clash of Color thingy. What was it called? Grey Raven. I heard their commandant is a very special human. The commandant has been active on the front line, fighting against the pushing virus non-stop to reclaim Earth. The commandant would protect Grey Raven, and Grey Raven would risk their lives to save commandant. Does a squad like that really exist? Even if it does, what are the chances that everyone could run into a team and commandant like that? Don't look at me like that. I never thought of what it would be like working with that commandant. I just don't want another fool losing their life over sentiments that might not even exist. And that hazy, unclear memory, although the details are missing, the speaker seemed to believe every word said. Why do I look up to the chief? Oh, hey, Sika. Perhaps it's because I've heard a lot of better reports about the chief. In the beginning, it was just scores and data from the school announcement, but later, Konglung, Polia Forest Park, Copperfield Aquarium, the Hetero Tower. As a regular human, the chief has accomplished many impossible feats on the battlefield. More importantly, no matter how horrible this world becomes, the chief never stops holding a heart of integrity. Echo snaps out of her daze. Fortunately, the two constructs opposite her have not noticed anything strange. It's gonna be too late. If the hetero creatures really were eating humans, there wouldn't be anything left to be found. What's the point of coming now? Anything else interesting? I don't think so. I heard the briefing force is hunting some experimental construct, maybe? Nothing concrete though, the information hasn't really been passed here and I haven't seen what the test subject looks like. I just heard the construct has purple hair, but constructs with purple hair are everywhere. Look, there is one right there. He nods towards Echo casually. An escape experimental construct wouldn't have stayed inside the clean zone anyway. Probably went outside a long time ago. Stop worrying about that, let's get back to patrolling. I would hate to see more hetero creatures on the outskirts of our defenses. The construct begins to walk away as they talk. Echo takes a small breath of relief. Small droplets of sweat seeps from her palms, moisturizing the cracked artificial skin that she has not taken care of for a while. Luckily, Babylon's restaurant has not reached this conservation area at the edge of the clean zone yet. Taking out a handkerchief to wipe away the sweat, Echo looks down and avoids the two constructs' route. Perhaps surrendering to Babylon is also a valid choice of atonement. She does not fear that, but now is not the time. She cannot die like that yet. She must find Lena. Constalia. The mechanoid girl with white hair stands before the simulation machine, comparing the data in her hands with intense focus. As she is about to perform the next simulation, her comms terminal starts ringing in this vacant room. Dulcinea, Jesus Christ, your name is so hard to pronounce. He stops talking as he sees the blinking simulation machine behind Dulcinea from the corner of his eyes. You're still doing simulations? Yes, I'm trying to place different data samples in varying situations to simulate diverging stories. In different scenarios with disparate initiating incidents, the same two sets of data will produce drastically dissimilar stories. Right, you're still obsessed with that ending, aren't you? I'm not sure, but having noticed my desire to continue this endeavor, I decided to do so. I'm using two sets of data samples I previously used during Palette Clash. That was the name of it! Repeated simulations show very different results as I switch up the scenarios. Which two data samples have you been using? The Grey Raven Commandant and the individual named Echo. Those two, huh. Cervantes thinks in silence before gently smiling. I think the story that happens in the real world will always be more fascinating than the one simulated. The real world. Having lived in Constalia ever since she was born, Dulcinea does not seem to have a concrete concept of the real world. What would a story in the real world look like? Do you want to go out and find out yourself? Go out. But you charge me to stay in Constalia to keep other awakened machines safe. Don't worry about it, I transfer a part of the management clearance to the other associates. Just follow your heart. The blinking lights of the simulation machine begins to dim one by one, and the giant machine eventually stops humming. The mechanoid girl with the white hair is nowhere to be found in this vacant room. Ah, so we're gonna have an adventure with Dulcinea. Interesting. Word without order. Although Echo has not found any information on the Aurora Squadron in the conservation area on her way here, she firmly believes that the sinful swarm must still exist. This is a conservation area that sits at what is currently detected as the border of the clean zone. With the CPF and the Inver Hetero Tower, there is almost no punishing virus here, but with its proximity to the edge of the clean zone, this area is still occasionally disturbed by the hetero creatures and corrupted. However, occasionally has been happening a little too frequently these days. Conservation areas update their missing persons registry regularly. Given the situation on the surface, it is no surprise to find people missing every now and then. However, it is inevitable for someone to notice that 3 nearby conservation areas have all been repeatedly submitting reports of hetero creature-related missing persons for an extended period of time. Are the frequent appearances of the hetero creatures the real culprits of those missing people? Commandant? Your wandering mind recalled, you close the report in your hands and look out. The barren landscape flies past you outside the window, indicating the long distance between you and the conservation area ahead. Okay. So, you didn't hear a word I said during my mission briefing just now. Putting down his terminal, Lee turns to you at you resignedly. Hetero creature-related missing persons. Selika tallied the missing persons reports from the last cycle, and the incidents of hetero creature-related missing persons are found in conservation areas 107, 108, and 109 near the border of the clean zone. These occurrences have been happening in this stretch of connected conservation areas for a while. Given the strange phenomena that happened in the globular forest around the Inver Hetero Tower previously, the military hypothesizes that powerful hetero creatures may be residing in the surrounding of this area. Or ascendants. This was not Graven's mission initially, however, thinking back to the first group of Constellia residents you met. The Clean Zone, there are dangers found even in the outskirts of the Clean Zone. Yeah, many people went missing in the conservation areas that are on the border of the Clean Zone and haven't been found. The higher-ups just called them heterocreature-related missing persons, but my friend was staying around there. I wrote him after I settled down, but his father replied and said he hadn't returned because of it. My sister was there. The residents talk among themselves. Despite their calm expressions, every story they recall is tainted with blood. Did Babylon never look into it? Some have come to investigate every once in a while, but those hetero creatures are some tricky bastards. They never show up when there are Babylonians stationed here. Or speaking of which, aren't you a commandant from Babylonia? If you have the chance, only if you have the chance that is, can you go check it out? We are not asking you to do anything, it's just that I will. That's wonderful! That was why you sought out this mission after you noticed it. Lee frowns, turning to the next slide of the mission briefing. We are about to arrive in Conservation Area 109, which is the closest conservation area to 112, the one destroyed by the hetero creatures previously. Our mission is to investigate the cause of the missing persons while searching for their whereabouts in the surrounding area. That's about it. Lee quickly finishes the briefing, having noticed that you start spacing out again. How long until we arrive in 109? We're almost there. It's right ahead. Grey structures start appearing on the horizon right as he says that. As you approach the conservation area, you notice residents coming out to harvest vegetables and fruits as reserves. Perhaps the existence of the Clean Zone has provided them enough comfort that the residents do not seem to be in despair. Instead, they watch the heavy military vehicle passing by with curiosity. Lee carefully inspects your protective suit once more to make sure everything is flawless before opening the door and letting you out. The sound of commotion immediately draws your attention the moment you land. Hey, this is our land. Pick your fruits elsewhere. But this place. Did I not make myself clear? Unsatisfied with the answer, the aggressive man takes a swing at the other person. Stop! Stop! A female construct you did not know shows up next to them before you can say anything, grabbing the man's wrist. I've read the regulations of conservation areas. In the Chapter 3, Article 8, the rules regarding resources and supplies clearly state that the produce outside the conservation areas farms are free to gather and pick. Regulations? Who gives a damn about regulations in a world like this? Do those regulations fill our stomachs? No, regulations don't feed, but they do protect. You're not the only person living off this land. Everyone gets to live if you just follow the rules. Why wouldn't you do so? It's none of your fucking business. The angry man tries to break free of the girl's grip, but the construct with purple hair does not relent, staring right into the man's eyes without fear. She's right. Those resources aren't personal assets, you can't evict her. And who the hell are you? Hearing your voice, the angry man turns to look at you, only to find Lee standing with you, fully armored and armed. He flinches, his voice quieting down. Do I need to repeat the regulations of conservation areas to you? Just my luck. The man spits on the ground and scowls at the timid woman before turning around and leaving. The woman trembles slightly despite seemingly having someone she wants to say. Or something, sorry. Her lips quake before she eventually turns around and leaves, running into the woods behind her. The purple-haired girl seems accustomed to scenes like this. Gently wiping off the stains of her cuffs, she turns to depart. Wait! Surprised and confused, the girl turns back to you. Are you a construct stationed in this conservation area? And you are? I'm the Grey Commandant from Babylon Task Force. But in Pellet Clash we work together! Why are we pretending that we don't know each other? I'm confused. Like, I know we agreed that we're not gonna talk about it, however. You're not sure why she visited us upon hearing your identification. I'm not from this conservation area, I'm just passing through. If that's all, goodbye. She performed an extremely complicated set of gestures to seemingly bid you farewell before quickly walking away. What was she doing? I think that was the salute of taking leave as written in World Government's Rules of Etiquette 3rd edition. That's a thing? I ran into this book by chance when I was organizing the old data in my database. Who still follows rules of etiquette nowadays? Anyway, let's head inside the conservation area first. The construct does not look hostile. It is not uncommon for constructs on the surface to dislike Babylonia after all. Your top priority right now is to enter the conservation area to investigate the hetero creatures related missing persons. Maintaining a safe distance in case she needs to run away, Echo hides in the woods nearby, carefully observing the activities near the conservation area. They have not noticed anything unusual, it seems. The Grey Ribbon Commandant from Babylonia. Lena said that the Grey Ribbon Commandant is trustworthy. Despite how hazy Echo was in Constellia, she remembers Sika saying that she looked... Wait, what? Despite how hazy Echo was in Constellia, she remembers Sika saying that she looked up to the Raymond Commandant and hoped to become someone like the Commandant. Although the Commandant did speak up earlier, Echo is still unsure if she can take the risk. Can she bet on the chance that the Commandant does not know she is currently being pursued, or that the Commandant will help her destroy that place and find Lena even when knowing she is wanted? Listen, time is short. You have to find the armor and take her away from here. What about you, Lena? Where are you? I'm coming to get you. Me? Don't you worry about where I am. Lena's voice sounded frail. There is a commotion in the lab, so no one is paying attention to you. Ugh. You're in the lab, aren't you? Stop worrying about me. Don't look back. Keep running. I'll find my way out. Weren't you going to pursue your justice? Weren't you going to end this darkness? Wrong. Keep running. You have to get away from here. You have to get away. During the mysterious commotion, Lena guided her to connect with the armor's sister and escape, but she and her mind also got severely damaged during the battle. After all, she only had a vague memory where she evaded her pursuers and separated with the armor, living in disguise as Lena with the terminal Lena left her. Perhaps her mind was subconsciously trying to protect her from distress, or her mind had suffered some complications after the damages. She could not recall any details of that period of time. By the time she was fully conscious again, the armor was right in front of her. Her mind hummed as her sister called for her desperately. We are dead souls buried in the past, echoes reforged from lust and sin. But not Lena from Iris Warbler. Where is Lena then? Lena always kept her words. If she said she would find her way out, she would have definitely escaped. Echo stares at the fences around the conservation area, her fingers shivering uncomfortably by her side. This is the closest conservation area to that place. If Lena escaped the explosion, she must have passed through here. And if Lena did not manage to escape, Echo will return to the place they called Utopia to destroy everything and find her. Although Echo has not found any information on the Aurora Squadron, in the conservation areas on her way here, she firmly believes that the sinful swarm must still exist. As the first wave of conservation area residents who headed out together through starts returning, the woods are getting noisier. Echo closes her eyes and thinks for a second before turning around and departing. So, am I dumb? I don't think I'm misremembering. I'm checking the codex right now, but we did work together in Palette Clash. That's Palette Clash, yeah, there it is. Over to the future. Like, I'm pretty sure we did. Like, I'm not gonna check it, but I'm like 99% sure. So why are we pretending to not know each other when we do know each other? I know she said that... Okay, I know, if I remember correctly, she said don't mention or don't talk about anyone about her. That's true, but... And I'm pretty sure we didn't know her name either. She just helped us. Anyways, that's just weird. I hope they will have an explanation for that. Connected clues. Kuruno, the armor-like test subject, and the large laboratory base. Mysteries come one after another as if they have been joined together by an invisible chain. Opening the data report, you find entries of people from Conservation Area 109 who went missing in the past few quarters due to heterocrature attacks. The data is indeed highly unusual. The people lost in heterocrature attacks should have been happy adults laboring outside, but most of them mentioned in the report fall into the age brackets of 10 to 15 and 50 to 60. Compile the data from the Conservation Area 108 reports. The results are similar to the ones you are holding. Either the staff from both of these conservation areas have collectively lost their minds and forged the data, or they didn't go missing because of hetero creatures. The expression stirs solemn. We have to open the investigation again. The terminal rings right as he says that. The mail from the Science Council has timely arrived. Updates? We definitely extract the information from the mail, rearranging the words as they leave from page to page to form the hidden message. Code 19, sorry. Internal assessments of 4th Winter Experiments records in progress. Ooh. Internal assessment of experiment. City 23, Conservation Area 112, Outpost D56. These are all Babylonia's records on minor outposts destroyed by hetero creatures. These brief words contain countless tears and blood. Lee turns quiet. He knows as well as you do that it means that the names of the small outposts appear in the report on Fort Winter. Ah, so they have been taken to Fort Winter and experimented on. Okay. Well, yikes. Conservation area 112 isn't far away from us. Maybe you should check it out first. Understood. I'll go prepare our ride. Lee turns to leave the room without a moment of hesitation. The words continue to flicker on the terminal under the dim lights. Clearly, Asimov wants you to investigate Conservation Area 112 and find something to connect the dots by sending you the message. Still, can there be any clues left after such a long time? You hear the doorknob turning. Is our ride ready? Oh, hi, Alyssa. Instead of Lee, the construct with purple hair you saw earlier today walks in. Hello. You currently press the alarm button on your terminal to notify Lee of the unexpected situation here. Hello, Graven Covenant. You may call me Echo. I'm a construct from Utopia. From Utopia. Utopia. The purple-haired girl looks a little tense. Gently closing the door, she makes sure that no one can spot her inside the room before saluting you with a complicated greeting salute like she did during the day. Well, Government Rules of Etiquette 3rd edition. I'm here to propose an alliance. It can't hurt to be meticulous with my manners. An alliance? I want you to lend me your strength to take down Utopia, Aurora Squadron's secret laboratory place. She looks up at you, her eyes ablaze with resolution, yet somehow you still sense a heat of uncertainty in her expression. Aurora Squadron, it sounds like a military unit, but you do not recall such a team in Babylonia. You said you came from Utopia. What is Utopia? Echo hesitates upon hearing your question. I never heard of Utopia or an Aurora Squadron. She pauses for a second before slowly speaking again. Utopia is one of Aurora Squadron's bases. It is a large laboratory base. They routinely report to a place in Babylonia called Kurono. You must have heard of Kurono, given that you are also from Babylonia, Craven Commandant. If you lend me your help, I will let you keep all the contents and data from Utopia after we destroy it. Kurono, could the Aurora Squadron be Kurono's private force? You did hear about private military units being developed by some Kurono leadership when you were on Babylonia. Why did you want to work with me? She could have easily bargained with Babylonia directly with information like this. Hearing that, Echo frowns, her fingers jittering uncomfortably by her side. I'm looking for your help because I've heard your name mentioned by a lot of people. They all spoke highly of you. They said you have a heart of integrity. I'm just gonna say ... I'm out of options. I have to bet that you believe me. As for Babylonia, I can't seek Babylonia's help because I'm being pursued by them at the moment. Pursued by Babylonia, could it be? You're Colonel's escape test subject? Or should I call you Lena? You must have also received a notification on the Chrono Test Subject that the Purifying Force is after Commandant. The Chrono Test Subject is armed with special weapons and is highly dangerous. Do not engage if you encounter her. Report to the Purifying Force immediately. Please be careful if you run into her, Commandant. Leif has warned you about this before your mission. Lena, an Iris Warble member, was captured by a mysterious armor-like test subject in Constantine before disappearing. The incident caused quite a stir within the task force. Crazy run. She puts her hands up, indicating she has no intention to attack. I'm not Lena. Even though I was indeed one of Utopia's test subjects, I'm not your enemy. I can't easily explain the relationship between Lena and me, but everything will be clear once we find Utopia. I'm just here to ask for your help. I'm running out of time. I have to find Utopia and I must find her. Babylon's peoples are close. I found more trails of the Aurora Squadron after I left the conservation area this morning. I can't let them find me. I have to do this before they catch me. That is why I'm hoping to offer the experiment data from Utopia in exchange for your help. She bites her lips and stops speaking. It's hard to make a deal with an empty promise. Kurono, the armor-like test subject, and the large laboratory base. Whether it's the military or Kurono, they always withhold some information when sharing data with the Science Council. The only way to completely crush their hope is to prove it is wrong from the roots. If this construct is telling the truth, this may be a desperate but crucial move in Asimov's and yours plans. Still, it is unwise to act so hastily. The incident in Constellia was mystifying, and intel regarding the escape test subject Lena has been clearly obfuscated. Still, those are not good enough reasons to start working with this unknown construct, so... I have information regarding the missing person, and I know they are related to Utopia. You mean... Almost everyone in this conservation area knows that the Graven community is coming here to investigate the missing persons. I can offer you leads. I'm certain that Utopia has something to do with the missing persons. There were often constructs or humans joining us when I was living in Utopia. Some of them came willingly as they thought I lived there, while some were taken there. Can you prove what you said? I can take you to where one of the branches of Utopia is based to find those missing residents. But I can't possibly tell you everything at once. This information is my only leverage. The girl before you seems to be taking extra care with her words. Work with me and I will slowly tell you everything. Everything about Utopia and the Aurora Squadron. Otherwise, she looks up resolutely. You should know that I'm the only person who knows Utopia intimately enough to lead you to their secret base. The construct looks at you unfalteringly. Is she trustworthy? If she is one of Kurono's, what is her objective? Laying a trap to capture you? Still, being an escaped Kurono test subject is a precautious position to be in this situation. Back in Conceal, the mission assigned to you was to retrieve the test subject, and the Purifying Force was clearly tested by someone to destroy the test subject, before you and Vanessa made your move. Commandant? Sika? The young commandant looked concerned as she organized the reports on Constelia. I can't help but feel weird about the final report of this mission. Is it because of what happened to Lena? Yes. Something about it still feels wrong. Lena only encountered the Kurono test subject because she was protecting us. However, why could she connect directly with the Kurono test subject when she was a Koribo member? Why did the military show no doubt whatsoever in her identity and issue a warrant immediately? Is it possible that something is wrong with Lena's identity? I don't want to cast any doubt on it, but you're just speculating, not doubting. Sika seems to have been trapped in this uncertainty ever since she came back from Constelia. The timing of Kurono's appearance, the Purifying Force's entry, Lena, the Kurono test subject, and a report log behind clearance. She presses her brows worriedly. Maybe you should just trust your gut feeling. Sika ponders on your words. You're right, I shouldn't agonize over it so much. Lena is part of my team at the end of the day. I need to find out her whereabouts. But my hands are tied right now, and I can't investigate any further. Can I ask you a favor, Commandant? Looking up, Sika becomes her usual self once more. Shoot. If you find out anything about Lena when you are on the surface, please don't report it to the Purifying Force immediately. Contact General Vez or President Hazen directly. We can't let Lena fall into Kurono's hands. It's just my speculation, but for Kurono, Lena may be the most important key in this situation. I'll consider it. If this is just a temporary alliance. Receiving your confirmation, Echo looks visibly more relaxed, even though she is still trying her best to look steady and collected. You give her a temporary terminal as a way to contact each other. Having confirmed when to meet you in the future and how to contact you, she quickly steps out the door and leaves. Come on out. Lee leaps into the room through the window on the side distressingly. He has been guarding outside the door since he received your alarm earlier, but you signaled him to wait instead of charging in. Should we trust her? The timing of her appearance is quite convenient. You just arrived for the investigation of the missing persons. The Asimov message came merely a moment before Echo showed up, claiming herself to be one of Kurono's test subjects. Very convenient indeed. Still, we can't just leave her be like this. If the Purifying Force finds her and sends her back to Kurono, Babylona will lose an important bargaining chip. That didn't seem like a trap from Kurono. She felt too inexperienced to be a Kurono trained soldier. Her perception was so bad that she couldn't even detect my presence. And why would she call herself Echo if she was Lena? There are too many questions surrounding her. I don't think we should work with her, Commandant. That's what makes me more curious about her intention. If the missing persons from the conservation areas are related to some plan from Kurono, though risky, this move may prove extremely valuable later on. Even if this Echo was lying, she must still know something about the people who went missing in these conservation areas. How else could she come up with a companion and happen to travel all the areas related to the missing incidents? I still think it's too risky. Lucia isn't back yet, and Liv is still helping the reconstruction of Constelia. And this construct has never shown up on Babylon's radar apart from that time in Constelia. To work with such an enigmatic feature. I still have you with me. That's not a reason for you to take the risk on your own, Commandant. But it is indeed an opportunity. If this gamble pays off, you will have taken out one of Kurono's laboratories. If not, you will still be able to bring the Kurono test subject back to Babylonia. I will request extra support. In the meantime, be extra careful. I will. Outside conservation area. Believing that she has returned to where she secured the armor on notice, Echo sits beside the armor while fiddling with the temporary terminal from the Graven Commandant with her eyes lowered in deep thoughts. She can feel that the Commandant did not fully trust her. That is fair. If such a legendary Commandant for Bolivia trusted a random construct straight away, Echo would have felt even more uneasy. It is fine. She does not need trust. She only ever has one goal. She will destroy Utopia. To each their own. Babylonia. Dim light simulated by the weather system shines through the windows of the conference room in the Babylonia headquarters. The morning meeting is coming to an end. An oppressive air fills the room as Nicola frowns while reading the remaining few reports. Any news on the Corona test subject? Not yet. The task force on the surface is investigating along the way. There have been a few sightings of a purple head construct here and there, but nothing concrete. And the purifying force? Nothing from them either. Isarius' team is still searching on the surface. Things are complicated down there. Even by casting a wide net to search is still going to take some time. Expand the search party. We have to retrieve that construct before Kurono does. That test subject represents something more than just Kurono's secret research. If you take this opportunity to reinstate Iris Warbler, we can't. We have to be careful not to rattle them. Not to mention the finessing VGA had to do to even keep Iris Warbler around. Some people from the parliament were even hoping to make use of Lena's disappearance to disband the squadron for treason. Even though everyone knows the real reason why they didn't want Iris Warbler to be reinstated. Nicholas sneers. Undoubtedly, some people would love for Iris Warbler to stop being associated as the discoverers of Constalia. Wells flips through the report on the terminal. Strikecore is investigating the border of the clean zone. Most other teams are carrying out missions. Disregarding the official squads, what about Scarab? They should be standing by on Babylonia. Short halt from Scarab went missing in the previous mission. Our locators show his last known location being flooded by the red tide. We sent drones to search the area. Nobody was found. But it's confirmed that there is no possibility of survival. The military has marked out Shorthart as KIA. This court has been assigned to Scarab to fill the vacancy, but I won't suggest sending them to the surface right now. What about the Arcaries? No one's frame is clear. The Arcaries have received their assignments and entered the clean zone, stationing there. The Arcaries. Still too risky to send them, given their precautious ties to Kurono. We should assign them to some simpler missions toward the outskirts of the clean zone for now, in case we need backup. And we received the security footage from Constalia. Lena seems to be connected to the defectors. I recommend issuing a double warrant on Lena, a possible defector, just in case. You want to arrest Lena, a red entity? She can only be Lena. Containing it with the strife between Babylon and Kurono would give them more grounds to bring back that test subject. We'll go with that for now. What about Lucia from Grey Raven? She is still being monitored, but the Science Council has already determined that nothing is unusual about her. We are just waiting for the Control Court to complete the final steps for their ruling. As long as everything is progressing normally. In that case, we'll wrap up the meeting here. Contact me if there are any updates. He stands up and opens the door, only to find a young commandant who seems to have been waiting outside for a while. Oh, hi Sika. Sika? General Wells? Sika salutes him. Is there any news on Lena, General? Unfortunately, there is nothing yet. I believe I can go to the surface and look for her whereabouts. We are both from the Iris Warbler, and we've talked about this many times already, Commandant Sika. Commander Nicola? I understand why his Iris Warbler can be deployed, but Lena, it's good that you care about your team, but we mustn't be too impulsive. The time will come. Be patient. He pauses for a moment before heading back to his office in silence. Outside the conference room door with the flickering in use sign is a man in a colorful shirt. He leans casually on the wall of the walkway, waving at a woman stepping out. Hi Rebecca, working today, huh? Rebecca looks briefly disgusted upon seeing Norman, but she quickly smiles professionally after sighing. What can I do for you, Mr. Norman? Your birthday is in a few days, isn't it? I prepared a small gift for you. I hope you like it. Norman opens up an exquisite box he has done inside his cuffs and reveals a pair of beautiful earrings. How did you find out? I'm still capable of getting my hands on a piece of intel or two. Collins. That guy just doesn't know how to keep his mouth shut. Two members from the control court walk past them, seemingly accustomed to this scenario. They even know that Norman with a hint of encouragement in their eyes. Although this ruse of yours has given you a legitimate reason to approach us, you are still being very conspicuous. Rebecca's smile still looks the same from the outside, but her eyes are filled with loathing. It's okay, this is worth nothing to my family. Pretending to be passionately pursue Rebecca, the debauched son of the Norman family never fails to show up outside Colin's office with proper reasons. Get in. Colin is waiting. Don't forget to make an appointment next time. Rebecca sighs before quietly handing the gift back to Norman, but she shakes his head. He shakes his head, sorry. Keep it. I meant to give it to you. A birthday is a day worth celebrating, no matter what. Happy birthday. Norman does not seem to be joking, so Rebecca takes the gift once more before stepping aside to watch the smirking man enter Colin's office. Hearing the door open, Collins lazily opens his eyes and smiles. You and your tricks, Norman! A shame that Rebecca doesn't seem too pleased with it. Enough with that, you know what I'm talking about. Norman smiles before taking out a piece of scrap paper with the coordinates of Conservation Area 109 on it. Trojan has arrived in Conservation Area 109. She will do her best to delay the task force and the purifying force from finding the test subject. Collins scratches his chin dismissively. How trustworthy are the coordinates? As trustworthy as our friendship. Wow, that's something to look forward to. If she finds a test subject, she will bring her to a place I've arranged. I wouldn't count on it myself, however. I'm happy as long as she can delay them for a little while. And what's next for you? Are you just watching from the sidelines, or are you... You started the fire, so I don't mind adding fuel to it. I'll get you what you want. After all, Norman Corp still needs some irreproachable to lead them, doesn't it? Someone irreproachable, sorry. Colin stresses when he says the word irreproachable. Don't make it sound like you don't want to benefit from it. Of course, only a fool wouldn't exploit such a good opportunity, not to mention that it's about time someone cleans up Pickman's ass. You have to be quick though, I don't know how long Trojan can stall them. Norman stands and nods, preparing to depart. Remember to contact me if your people find out anything new later. Colin waves as he smiles and puts the piece of paper with the coordinates inside the pocket of his favorite suit. Certainly, I'll tell you about Rebecca's favorite dessert next time. How about that? Norman smiles in response to Colin's jest. It's a deal. Conservation area. The morning air clears any feeling of tiredness. You stayed up late discussing your next course of action with Lee last night, and you still feel somewhat drowsy. Graven, Commandant? The girl with purple is knocking on your door with a straight face. Just call me Commandant. Is that your name? I should still address you as Commandant, even though I'm not a Babylonian construct. She passes another complicated suggestion to greet you, which looks slightly different from the one she performed yesterday. The courtesy of the morning's evenings are naturally different, and so are the greetings for the meeting the first time and the second. Noticing your confusion, she explains. Well then, let's investigate Conservation Area 112 today, just like we discussed last night. I planned our route. Do you wish to confirm it? Of course. Receiving your confirmation, Echo picks up a bench from the ground nearby and starts sketching on the floor. This is the Conservation Area view. They take this path. Where's your terminal? What is it? There's a map function in the terminal I lent you yesterday. You take the terminal from her and swipe a few times, projecting a simple topographic map before you. It can't even do that? She turns away, probably hiding her embarrassment from you. My planned route goes through here, ascending to here. She traces two paths on the map, and you can tell that she has considered them meticulously, so much so that even she even predicted possible enemy locations and areas to avoid. Very detailed. Echo clears her throat before carefully inquiring. Will you bring others with you? The gentleman from yesterday, perhaps? That's not necessary. Despite how much he protested, you convinced Lee late last night not to accompany you, but to follow closely back you up when needed. If Echo is in need, Kurono strap you may plant an element of surprise this way. Let's go then. The construct with purple hair steps outside the room without hesitation. Watch out for the other squadron over there. Why are they here? This is the tactical analysis lens Dr. Pickman once equipped on me. It can get some information of the enemy through analysis, but I haven't used it for a long time. Holographic goggle is activated. Oh. Interesting. Suspicious target found. Zoom in the target area, starting data analysis. Warp. Start comparative analysis. Target model Aurora Bastion 11. Target charging status, remaining energy about 75%. Target firepower status unknown. Target cover exiting tactical analysis. Interesting. There's our temporary Aurora squadron on Division Garrison Point. Target confirmed on the top of the mountain ahead. The Aurora Bastion is very dangerous, we have to destroy it. The guards won't come after us as long as we don't alert them. We need to save our strength to fight that machine. I can get its firepower status to analysis. What is that thing? How did they manage to get it here? Okay. I think we had to go this way. No, not that way. Not this way though. Points that way. We just walk past it. Yeah, that's called stealth. Hey, can I execute you? I'm just wondering. Nope. Oh well. It's fine. Oh, you're still there. You guys don't see anything. Okay. Can I just walk past you? Nope. Are you guys attacking me? No, you don't. Okay. So where did everyone go? Our mission is to get to this Aurora Bastion to the near construction area down there, not to take a walk. Hey, wait, hey, you over there, where are you from? Intruder, assemble, assemble! Right at the Aurora Bastion. Okay, hey guys. That's my one complaint with Alyssa Echo, is that when I hold it down, the ability, or the basic attack, it sometimes just doesn't, like, that's what it does, right? So, doesn't do the auto attacks. But I guess I will get used to it. There we go. There we go. Echo beats heavily beside you, struggling. Even with your help, the effects of the interfaces on her mind are still going to take some time before they wear off. Why would that thing show up here? Should we retreat to the conservation area? I can still fight. With the ambush here, we now know that the destruction of the conservation area 112 must be related to Utopia. Stick to our route, and we should arrive in conservation area 112 tomorrow morning. There is an abandoned outpost ahead of us. Let's rest there tonight. As Echo explains here her arrangements, your terminal suddenly rings. You open the terminal to find new announcements from Bolina, the first of which is former Iris Warble member Lena is suspected of defecting. Under the announcement is a blurry photo in which a figure stands next to the armor holding Echo. Diesel? Lena defect or colluded with any defector. Echo frowns and interrupts you angrily. That construct was indeed the one who took Cecily and me away from Constelia. He saved me because he believed I had the potential to become a transcendent, but we parted way after I regained consciousness. Why? If Echo wanted to take revenge on Kuno by being hunted by both Babylon and Utopia's Aurora Squadron, she could have easily chosen the Defector's assistance. No particular reason, we just hold different principles toward things. So, righteousness and justice, do you think they exist in this world? Were the things you experience not enough to reopen your eyes? Only power is eternal, you can only achieve the things you said if you have power. Ha, what a naive child. Go if you want, I won't stop you. You will die in the righteousness and justice you so insist one day. He and I are seeking different things. You claimed you are not Lena, yet all you just said now is from Lena's perspective? Echo never fails to look melancholic when she mentions Lena. I met Lena back in Utopia, but she didn't defect and I never used her identity to collaborate with any defectors either. She helped me tremendously and taught me a lot when I was in Utopia. All I want to do is destroy Utopia and find Lena. Do we have information on Lena? We got separated when we escaped, but I'm sure she didn't die. She told me she would escape. Lena was a member of Caribou, which was a squad directly under Nicholas' command. You have only heard that each member had different identities, but no one has ever known the truth. Is Nico aware of Lena's disappearance? How did Echo replace Lena and enter Constalia? Why is she so desperate to find Lena now? I didn't clarify it in the beginning because I would sound guilty no matter how I described it, but everything will be clear once we find Utopia. This still sounds like an empty promise. I'm sorry I can't offer you more right now. But I know that Babylona probably wants to take advantage of my identity as a test subject. Justice is bound to echo through the land. When Utopia is destroyed and the Aurora Squadron receives their deserving demise, I will go to Babylona with you. That is, if we uphold our current alliance. I know Utopia has been researching the mind, but I didn't know what he was capable of this already. Recalling the weapon you encountered during the previous fight, you have indeed never heard of something that can directly interfere with the construct's mind. I need you to connect to me to stabilize the mind so we can enter Utopia. As for the questions you have on Lena, me, and Aurora Squadron, I will slowly tell you everything, just like I promised. Your timer buzzes again. It's Lee's message. He has checked the surroundings and confirmed that Echo is not intentionally leading you to Corona's tab. I don't need you to trust me, we are just using each other to get what we need. The purple-haired girl's eyes glisten with resolve. You will get the intel on Utopia and Chrono test subject, and I will find Lena and destroy Utopia. Alright, pleasure working with you then. Interpack was seemingly just before she is about to make a speech. From the information you have gathered so far, there is an unquestionable connection between Echo, Aurora Squadron, and the flying fortress named Utopia. Any new information you can get from her will certainly help Asimov's and yours plans. And how will Project Winter and Aurora Squadron be linked? When we stop the rest tonight, tell me your story then. That's going to be a long one. Utopia. Anyone who has ever lived in Utopia would never say this. Utopia was a wonderful place. I lived there for as long as I can remember. They took in many children and constructs. Some constructs from the Aurora Squadron, while others were charged with maintaining the operation of Utopia. The persons in charge of Utopia was Dr. Pickman. Dr. Pickman made many rules for Utopia, teaching us about truth and justice through beautiful songs, telling us that we must follow them so that we could contribute to the world when we grew up. Devote everything to kindness and love. Never disregard what is righteous. Walk in the path of wisdom without arrogance or faltering. Be fair, be just, be humble, be prudent. You're here, Doctor. Alyssa, did you study hard today? The scrawny middle-aged man watches the young child lovingly with his golden eyes. Of course, didn't I tell you that I'm going to be the best perfect in Utopia? Prefect, sorry. I know the Utopia protocols like the back of my hand. Good girl. Should I reward you with your favorite snack during dinner? The orange-flavored one you love? Thank you. The man with golden eyes smiles as he leans down and pats young Alyssa on the shoulders. I know Alyssa is going to be the best of us. It's almost time, Doctor. I almost forgot the important thing. Come with me for a second. There's something I need you help with for the experiment. Yes, Doctor. Pickman nods at the teacher, and the teacher immediately puts down the textbook and follows Pickman out of the room. Adults and their business. Her lesson interrupted. Alyssa puts down her book at a loss. But study time isn't over yet. What should I do? I go find Cecily. Cecily has the best stories. That also counts as studying, I think. Having ruminated about what to do, Alyssa happily decides the plan for the rest of her study time. Inside Utopia, a couple of constructs are sitting or standing in a quiet room, focusing on their work. Ah. Good morning, Cecily. Alyssa intentionally lowers her voice as she carefully runs to a construct with long, purplish grey hair. She holds her skirt up slightly and performs a complicated courtesy. Alyssa, is your class over already? The female construct named Cecily smiles gently and tucks away her hair before she reaches out, performing a courtesy in return and gesturing for Alyssa to sit down. What did you learn today? The teacher didn't teach anything new, we just revisited the Utopia protocols today. The teacher got called away halfway through the class. I suppose there was something important that needed to be done. Cecily looks down, complicated emotions flashing past her eyes. I see. How about I tell you a story? Yeah. Do you remember where we were last time, Alyssa? Little Alyssa was going to look for her brothers. Poor Alyssa, I wouldn't have known what to do. Right, Eliza ran into an old woman in the woods. The kind woman told her about the 11 crowned swans swimming along the nearby river. The old woman gave Eliza some fruits and guided her to a winding river ahead of them. After saying goodbye to the kind woman, Eliza walked along the river until she reached the beautiful ocean. The waves from the ocean produced 11 white swan feathers. When the sun was about to set, the little Eliza saw 11 crowned swans descending from the sky. Alyssa raises her hand to indicate that she has something to say. Alyssa, do you have a question? What does the ocean look like? Cecily pauses and tucks her away again before holding Alyssa in her arms. The ocean is where many rivers and streams converge. It is endless and boundless, so expansive that it looks like it will go on forever. I've seen a golden ocean when its waves reflected in the morning light. I've seen a pink ocean during the golden hours of twilight. I've seen its water at its darkest blue during a storm. Whoa. Alyssa listens to Cecily's description longingly. You will see the ocean one day, Alyssa. She smiles as she caresses Alyssa's forehead. Really? Like Eliza did? Of course. Little Eliza held on to her kindness and purity, which was why the evil queen's toad magic failed to take hold. She could only reunite with her brothers in the end because she never gave up. So there is nothing you need to fear as long as you let nothing change you. Justice is bound to echo through the land, and eventually the door to the rooms open and the female construct answers, stubbornly poking Cecily. Nata! Alright, I saw. We'll end today's story here, okay? I have to follow Utopia's rules and do my job now. Okay. Despite how much she wants to keep listening to Eliza's story, Alyssa nods cooperatively. Goodbye, Cecily. Goodbye, Nata. Alyssa jumps down from the chair next to Cecily and perfects a standard salute before departing. Ah, I forgot my book. Alyssa realizes she has forgotten something before she walks out the door. Turning around, she notices Nata saying something to Cecily. Cecily, you know full well. She's just a kid, Nata. She doesn't understand anything. Don't blame a child for the sin. We should be the ones working hard. Forget it. I was being rash. Alyssa is a good kid. Have you found those people? Do any of them show any inclination to escape this place? Pickman has been too good to them. He's basically flawless, providing food, sufficient water, plentiful care, and fair rules. They all see Pickman as their savior, believing that he's sincerely building this place as a real utopia. I released a lot of internal information on the lab, but they wouldn't believe it. Yeah, there are enough supplies in this place, food, sufficient water, fair rules. Who can say no to these things in this day and age? Does he not love everyone in this utopia sincerely? He's done plenty indeed. He even punished the leading figures who caused the disturbance only because they disrupted Utopia's order. Cecily, don't get angry. These are the truths. But you know how Zika... I know, which is why I will think of a way. There is no use rushing, Nata. Have you gotten the code to the door outside? I got it. I placed it somewhere they never think of. I'll arrange what happens later. Don't be impulsive. You will escape this place with Zika and Arabella. Justice will eventually prevail, won't it? Enough with these lies for children. We wouldn't have been in this hell if justice existed. Nata pushes the door open angrily and leaves. My teacher told me not to interrupt people's conversations, so Cecily had also left by the time I knocked on the door. I didn't understand what Cecily was saying back then, but now... She must have thought about leaving as well. Unfortunately, I figured it out too late. Although Echo's sadness seemed genuine, you cannot let down your guard just because of a short story. Cecily, you seem to have seen this name before. Was it from the annual list of deceased constructs or somewhere else? If Cecily was a Babylonian construct, there must be a file on her up there. Echo lowers her head slightly. The fabled armor-like coronal test subject sits right beside her, gently touching Echo's shoulders. Why would they want to escape if Utopia was that good? Dr. Pickman even sounds like a rare altruist from Echo's perceptions. Or description, sorry. Full sufficient water, plentiful care, fair rules. Even Babylon can guarantee these to everyone who enters a conservation area now. Why would those constructs plan to escape if that was the case? I was the cause of all these sins. Utopia might not have even existed if it weren't for me, and they wouldn't have had. But that's another story. Rest, we still have a long way to go tomorrow. She fiddles with a campfire and the surroundings go dim. Wait, there's a percentage in the... Huh, interesting. There's a percentage on the battle mission. Huh. Objectives to the snowfield, to have complete the goals above. Interesting. The dawning sun rises above the horizon, outlining the silhouette of Conservation Area 112. It's right ahead. Ugh. Is everything okay? My mind is hurting a little bit, but I guess it's the after effects of yesterday's interference. It's nothing major. Let's keep moving. Babylon has registered conservation area 112 as hetero creature and best conservation area. An outpost destroyed because of hetero creatures. Only a few residents who went out to gather supplies managed to escape. Everyone else inside the conservation area, including task force that went to help, did not survive the incident. It was a while before some remains were found in a nearby field, but even those could not be confirmed to belong to the residents from conservation area 112. However, if Austin saw records of this conservation area in the internal experiment reports from Fort Winter. Is the destruction of conservation area on the internet related to Utopia as well? I can't remember exactly, but Utopia did take in a lot of people every once in a while. Some of them were humans and some were heavily injured constructs. I occasionally talk to them in between classes. All I remember is they seem to come from many different places. Conservation areas, Forsaken, even Babylonia. Cecily came from Babylonia as a matter of fact. For some reason, she always shook her head with a smile when I asked about Babylonia as if she was upset. Echo presses her forehead again. Your mind is still in pain? Yeah, but it should be nothing severe. Let's take a break. Sounds good. Surprisingly, Echo does not protest your request to rest for once. You choose a somewhat cleaner spot by the road to sit down. You take this time to send Lee all the information you gathered from Echo's story and ask him to encrypt it before sending it to Asimov. From what you have gathered, Chrono likely has a secret force called the Aurora Squadron on the surface based in a flying fortress called Utopia. Dr. Pickman was apparently in charge of Utopia, and Utopia took in some constructs from Babylonia, as one of them was named Cecily. Would Chrono really create a place that was meant to take in injured consorts and folks from conservation areas out of the kindness of their heart? You quickly finish editing your message before calling for Echo to continue the journey, but you hear the humming of the armor instead. Echo? Ah, Cecily! No, father, no! Mind interference. You hear a low buzz from ahead of you, and notice a drone equipped with the mind disruptor. Lee is nearby. You immediately message in for reinforcement while inspecting Echo's status. Echo! Echo! Commandant? Echo seems still somewhat conscious. Contact yourself through an encrypted channel. Commandant? Speak quickly, it's risky to look at me this way. How to stabilize mind being interfered with this way? You want me to diagnose this through a call? What kind of magical doctor do you think I am? Briefly describe the mind disruptor you saw. A device that attacks the mind directly? Assume finding sounds intrigued. If she's still conscious, connect to her and enter the deep mind. Try to stabilize her from within. But it's risky. After all, you have to perform a deep mind connection with her using your mind beacon. No one knows what exists in the mind of a construct Bobby hasn't registered. How did you get involved with her? This is a temporary alliance. A temporary alliance. She has something we want. If you can bring Echo back to Babylonia before the Preferring Force does, you will be a step ahead of Chrono. It's dangerous, but it's plausible. Be careful. Bring me a sample of that mind disruptor device. I have to hang up. Call me on this channel again if there's an emergency. Asimov ends the call. Can you hear me, Echo? Echo struggles to respond to you. I have to establish a mind connection with you to stabilize your mind. Echo raises a finger indicating that she is ready. Commencing mind connection. Ooh. This is the Utopia lab. Echo? Cecily, is that you? Shh, we don't have much time. Let me tell you some secrets about the mind. Left control 1. The mind is a complicated structure. Through here you can gain some information you forgot. Can we gain some information? This place is full of surprises. Better than the time when we defected. Well, Utopia indeed. Okay. When you are lost, remember to find your path here. During the effect, you can attack the enemies in the mind to force them into fights to find a way out. But you have to be careful, this is the depths of your mind. After all, forcing fights could easily lead to a mind collapse. Cecily, Shh, go. I always be with you. This place is full of supplies. gonna call you enemy. Okay, left control Q. Private journal 603 201. If we could abandon those naive ideas and take another look at the previous experience from a border very beyond. These are failures through and through without a doubt. I was working in the wrong direction right from the beginning. Thankfully I still have time. The mind is a deep subject. I will come up with a satisfactory answer one day. Pickman. Oops. Naive ideas. The mind. A satisfactory answer. What is it, Cecily? Is this an enemy? I don't know yet. Have you heard of anything about the experiment by Dr. Pickman? What experiment? Hey, how could you not have heard of it? Don't play dumb with me. I heard you would get more supplies once chosen. Okay, interesting. Control Q. Some projects Sith materials were modified. Those kids were dead and she was also destroyed. Who would care about these meaningless data now? Project Sithia, we have heard that before. The Sithia project, she. Father, how many secrets do you have? Plant. Spin down. Spin right. Is there anything in there? Stop. Exit. Interesting, okay. Oh, this freaking ship again. So don't touch it, keep your hands off. You know, if I want to touch it.
外の世界ってどんな世界だろう。
Here's a good move on to the next test. Interesting. Door. What about this? Left control Q. Private journal. The routine check is done. Among these children, 6 samples are qualified to enter the next round of cultivation. I found that their minds have a higher fusion rate. Professor thinks it is due to physical fitness, but I don't think so. After inquiring about these children, I found that they all grew up in the same orphanage and received the same education. Does this have any impact on their mind? This could give birth to a new theory. Alyssa is the best. They should be the most important members in this section of your mind. Raven Commandant, my connection has stabilized your mind. You can stay here a while longer. Would you like to leave or stay in the mine to explore for more information? Continue. The mine is now Echo. Looks like you're out of danger. When the mine is stable, you can start to recall any memory of a specific time or specific space. I didn't know this is possible. After all, this is your mind. Don't worry, I'll protect you. Just do what you want to do. Okay? Go that way. Seems to be a snowfield. Huh? So where am I? Important scene. Terminal exit. But where are we? I still haven't figured out what's with this plant. Spin up. There's a plant. Spin left. I don't see anything in there. Rotato, planto. Okay, that was pointless. I'm pretty sure it's not pointless, I just can't figure it out. Okay, so left control 2. Okay. So we can exit from there. What's with the door? Aye. The gate is completely different some other time. Left control A. Oh, maybe the planches. We remove the specified node. Yes. Ah. Go that way. Seems to be a snowfield. Okay. No, I wanna explore more. What about the plant? Did the plant change? Can I touch this now? Okay. Hopefully. Spin down. Is there anything right now there? There isn't. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's get out there. I mean, he looks like an enemy. What happens if I attack? I can't. I'm pressing the attack button. But I can't. Okay, well. Okay, what about you? Can I talk to you?
おごらずたゆまず道理を推し量るべし
A lady told me I should look for a bark if I wanted to have a look out there. Is there a bark she sent? Oh no. Can I go there? No. So, left control 2. So I got out, I guess. Data space exit. Yeah, so we went out. We cannot go up. We need to go down somehow. Okay. To the snowfield. I don't think I want to go to the snowfield. How do I get out? Like that. Okay. Left control. Okay. Let's check the map. So I went through 2 doors. Yes, so there's something to the left over there. Okay. Okay, and I need to get in here. Interact. Enter change. Please find the base card to get the ID's card and possibly go through. Okay. Lab at night. Of control E. Laboratory at night. Laboratory at night. Oh! Hey buddy, you good? Do you need help? This is double-sided, I guess. Oh, the mind, no, it hurts! How could I forget this? It's not your fault, Echo, you were a little back then. So positioned.
このデータはおかしいわ。
This reaction rate is already verified, right? How is this happening? Why is such a big deviation? Based on our calculation, the reaction rate should be 59.98%. Why is the big deviation? Plant? Some projectile materials were modified. Those kids were dead and she was also destroyed. Who care about this meaningless data now? Is it inside the thingy now? I know why I keep spinning this. I'm very intrigued by this one plant apparently. But I don't see anything inside. Okay. I don't see anything. Oh, maybe there's something there. Here. Oh, there's dead people. Oh. The mind fusion test subject is not breathing. That's right, she is here. I'm sorry, Sensei, I didn't know it was... It's not your fault, Echo. Okay. If you could abandon those naive ideas and take another look at the previous experience from a broader viewpoint, these are failures through and through without a doubt. I was working in the wrong direction right from the beginning. Thankfully, I still have time. The mind is a deep subject. Okay. Well, that's the same. Okay, well, I couldn't find anything, and I cannot steal anything from them. I'm not gonna leave the
このデー
stage.
タは
Yeah,
おか
sure.
しいわ
Okay, we are not going to the slow field yet. Now, how the hell are we gonna get to that door then? Please find the base guarding and then to get through. Okay. Hello, is there any base guard here? Proceed to the second floor. Do I want to go to the second floor? Let's see. Ventilation pipe. Yeah, I do need to go to the second floor from what I can see. Because I didn't see anything. Terminal exit. Gate access enabled. Huh. Well, let's go to the second floor then. I don't have a better idea. Loading. Okay. Oh, hi. Ah, my mind hurts. You kill them all. Oh. How about you don't?
秩序再建無知の幕を下ろせ暗闇を集結する
Oh yeah, I could use the vent to get down there. Ah. Aye. The external mine connection gets stronger. You can leave the deep mine from here. Leave the stage. Nope. I think from here. Nope. Storm was on there. Head is not the members of this mine section. Okay. And what about this? Okay, I guess. From the second floor. We cannot go through there, we cannot go through there, we can... Terminal exit, sample collection area, sample collection... Okay, I need to use the... I guess go through here? Yeah, where are you trying to tell me? Crawl into the vent. Yes. Where does ventilation pipe lead to? To a jump scare. Or to the first floor into that event thingy. Ooh, hi guys. Go that way, seems to be a snowfield. I don't want to. Aye. These are Mind Fusion Experience Record, Experiment ID, sample group, blah blah blah. Experiment performed Mind Fusion on two subjects who were forced to relinquish their survival instincts. The reaction rate observed 64.4%. Performed Mind Fusion on one subject who was forced to relinquish their survival instinct and one subject who willingly relinquished their survival instinct. Rejection rate observed 48.7%. Performed Mind Fusion on two subjects who both willingly relinquished their survival instincts. Rejection rate 75.9%. Conclusion: a strong correlation was observed between the rejection rate and subjects who were to live in small sample experience. Need to increase the sample size for further research. Continued weakening subjects filling samples is also necessary. You'll be lost if you stay in the mine for too long. It's time to leave, Echo. Oh, that's rude. Ah, the commandant. That was cool. I like that little gimmick. But we are not going to the snowfield yet. Ah! Echo sees herself clutching her forehead in pain. How are you feeling? Lee has shot down the mine disruptor from afar, but the after effects are not likely to subside anytime soon when it comes to mine interferences. It's no big deal. I just remembered some things, and those weren't pleasant memories. Recalling the memories she saw in her mind, she finds it ironic that the songs about justice and order were placed in the journals of the Mind Research Project. That place used to be different. It should have been. What should have it looked like? The good she remembers mixes with the ugly she never recognized, forming a series of chains that have confined her tightly. Urgh. Calm down! Echo looks to be in great pain, and the armor aside begins to produce a strange hum. You can't help but feel that Echo has a really close tie with the criminal test subject. Right, I'm okay, I just need a minute. Taking a deep breath, Echo looks slightly less pale. You make sure that her mind has not greatly deviated. You begin to sort out the bits and pieces of information you glimpse in her mind after getting Echo's permission. Utopia has been performing illegal research on the mind this whole time. No wonder they can produce so many devices that can directly interfere with the mind. But what is the connection between Echo and Pikmin? Was she one of the samples? Echo quiets down upon hearing your question. No, he adopted me and raised me, letting me call him father. He's your father? Take a step back. Echo is a Pikmin's adopted daughter. Such an intimate bond. With this new clue, you cannot help but to reveal this temporal alliance you have with Echo. I knew you would react this way. However suspicious or doubtful you are, this information should verify part of what I've told you. I hope that's enough to convince you to uphold our alliance. Contemplate. The seemingly well-behaved but chaotic children, the mysterious journals, and everything else seems to suggest the laboratory is more than meets the eyes. Has Utopia always been like this? It wasn't like this at first. Pikmin I mean, used to be loving and patient. He would take us to play on the deck. I don't know how he became the way he is now. Echo quiets down suddenly, probably recalling the research journals she saw in her memories. Was that really the case, or was his kindness always a facade? Those journals from your mind were all written by Pikmin? Yes. He used to bring me with him all the time when I was younger. I probably saw those journals back then. He didn't avoid me when he was working. I don't know why I have no recollection on any of them, but that should be it. If Echo's memories were accurate, why did the penmanship look kind of familiar to you? You seem to have a similar signature on a report before. You suddenly remember another scrawny man with golden eyes. Mr. Chrono, please hurry up. You're going to be late for the meeting. Chrono? When I was still a member for Chrono, I met him in person and also accidentally came across his data file. I thought he was on the board of directors, but turned out his name was just a coincidence. Could it be him, the doctor whose name coincidentally appeared on your inspection report during your confined treatment? Has Pikmin told you anything about Babylonia? Never. He left for scientific exchanges occasionally, but he never mentioned the outside world. Is something wrong? I'm not sure yet. Echo turns silent again. She seems to have encountered layers of mysteries. Each time she lifts a layer, she would find the answer behind it written in blood. Every discovery would burden her with another shackle filled with sin. Devote everything to kindness and love, never disregard what is righteous, as if the things I insist on are a joke. Her voice sounds desperate as she is suffocating. You chase down every day no matter what. Right or wrong, the truth will be revealed one way or another. Rest, we have a long way to go tomorrow. Echo quiets down again, leaning on the armor as she closes her eyes. Near Conservation Area 109. The vehicle outside the conservation area seems to have waited there for a while. Trojan approached it from nearby, travel stained. The deal was no work during my break. I have to charge him triple my hour late. I will let Mr. Norman know. And here's the vehicle and equipment you requested. Although it's naive to think that this thing can help catch the chrono test subject, I suppose it's better than not having it. What happened with the information I told you to spread? It's out there. The Perfine Force doesn't seem to buy it, but seeing that they did lose their target, they had to send some of theirs to investigate the conservation area that sighted a construct with purple hair. Expand the spread of information toward the center of the clean zone. It will be easier to deal with the rest if you manage to draw those people away. The unknown construct leaves after Trojan communicates the plans forward. She opens the door to the vehicle and turns to look in the direction of the conservation area 109. That's enough money to retire if I manage to capture the chrono test subject. Whatever. Trojan gumbles before sighing and stepping into the vehicle, leaving conservation area 109 behind. Okay. Hidden stage, Mark of Terror unlocked. Ooh. Okay. Wait, 2520. Oh, so it's one of these. Okay. Well, let's go to the snowfield now. We're gonna skip the first part. If we can. We can. wonder... Oh, I can't. Okay. Okay. So this is what I was wondering as well. Okay, so now what? So these are friendly now. Okay, I wonder if that did anything. Door is open. I still... well...
外の世界って
So
どんな
let's
世
talk to
界
the
だろ
kid
う
because the kid said that he wanted the ship.
おごらずたゆまず
Yeah, let's
道
talk
理
to
を
the
推
ship.
し量るべし
I... Keep your hands off. I can't. Okay. Why does... Why did Cecily attack something there? Okay, let's go to the snowfield then. Again to the second floor. To the snowfield. Yes. A deeper memory seems to have emerged knowing. What time is it about? I'll find some time to get some fresh air. Utopia is a nice place. It's a game time for the kids. Do you want to join them? Sure. Let's play. Okay, what do you want to play? Have you found the 3 kids? Ah! Well, where are you? Ah, that's one of them.
お
This impressive lady, okay. You still have a choice for Zeko, okay. Gotcha. One more to go. Yeah, got it, okay. Now I found everyone, okay. Talk to the person. Ah, that's the wrong button. Hey, you got a strong idea. Utopian instruct indeed. Kids, so much for game time today. Oh, you played the game, you deserve a reward. How is that so? I'm not going to give her as a reward. Yeah, I found this painting the other day and I was reading Utopia Protocols. I hate you have the painting as a reward for being the winner today. Oh, that's cute, sadly. This is painting I gave father. Okay. Someone tried to escape the other day, do you know? And this boy and question gather a lot of people. So what, they still got caught in the end. Why escape? I just don't get them. Why escape? It's nice here. Okay, I guess we go back. Okay, so I could have done everything in one run. So we dealt with the guy. Make a festival on the map. Okay. To the second floor. Okay. Someone tried to escape the other day. Neighbors are just pain in the neck. Yeah, I cannot get there. Cannot get in. Hi, the door won't open.
聞いたか？ピークマン先生の実験。
What experiment? How you would get more supplies? Oh yeah, I know that. The door won't open. Their head is not in the memories of this mine section. Okay. Separate correction areas. I used the vent already. This just leaves. Then screw gets stronger. You can leave the deep mine from here. You leave the stage, no? What about you? Do you have anything to say? There is no enemies here that I can attack. Do I wanna change the time? So at night you can get here. Evening, noon, back. Let's see what happens if I use the vent right now. Hi. So this is a mark lab. I have to figure out a way to get in. Go back to the start. Let's go another time. Yeah. Let's see. So we use night, noon. It's already noon now. Evening. What about evening? Can't let it happen again. Okay. How in the world did they even escape though? So the door is still closed. I cannot interact with them. Are they enemies? One of them is. Shoot.
秩序再建無知の幕を下ろせ暗闇を集結する
Okay, did they drop anything? What about this? The door. Oh, yeah. Can I get in now? Crawl. Okay. So the same thing as last time, noted. Unless there's something else now, because it's a different time. Nope. Can I change the time right now? Oh, wait, there's this thing in here. What is that? I've never seen this test subject. It is a failure to pick sign was I expect to see her here again. Okay. I cannot teleport now. I'm pretty sure. Can I change the time? No. Well, nothing is different apart from the fact I cannot open the door. Okay, so it's still the same exit, I guess. Okay, we are not retreating. Yeah. Blah blah blah. Okay. Hidden stage, Lost in Frostland unlocked. And where is that? Okay, we clear that. I guess that's gonna come later. Okay, so that's 20. Let's go in order then. And I might have to do this story in 2 parts because it's taking very long. Price and compensation. Every fine rule and grand vision has prerequisites, and both these foundations are separate sets of rules, obviously. Babylon, a general staff conference room. Well sits in a corner in silence. The air in the room is as still as a frozen lake. Commandant has entered conservation area 1212 as planned. Conservation area 112. It's about time to restart the investigation on Silver Falcon. Wells looks up as if triggered by a keyword. He takes out the badge with the sharp edges from his pocket. The Silver Falcon eager to take off from his palm. Silver Falcon. Has a proposal to restart the investigation finally passed? The report on Fort Winter has records of conservation area 112 on it. They suspected the two were related, thus approving the investigation. The mission briefing back then. Silver Falcon immediately went to the surface after receiving reports of corrupted and hetero creature activities. Their objective was to protect the residents of 112 while eliminating as many enemies as possible. It was a standard mission, but they never came back. By the time I found out, every member was listed as deceased. An entire elite squad was decimated in such a simple mission, yet no one suspected any wrongdoing, not even me. Was no one suspicious for real? Wells? Cecily, Nata, Arabella, Zika. Is this belated justice even necessary? Wells goes quiet. Hasten wants to offer a few words, but he has no idea what to say. Right then, they hear a knock on the door. Come in. I finished analyzing the part of the research data we retrieved from Fort Winter. From what I can tell, the research direction was twofold. Mind fusion and mind replication. There isn't much I can find on the former, as mind replication was the main objective of Fort Winter. Okay, so Fort Winter was mind replication. Okay. I've combined through all their known database, but I haven't discovered anything else on mind fusion. Mind fusion? Colonel proposed this idea before, but there is no actual experiment data in Fort Winter. From the text I could analyze, Colonel had proposed something even more extreme upon the foundations of mind fusion. They theorized that one of the requirements of the Ascension network used to filter ascendants was a powerful enough mind. If they could expand a mind to include as many consciousnesses as possible, they could create a powerful enough one that could approach the Ascension network with a greater chance to become an Ascendant. Is that really possible? It's completely unrealistic based on our current theories, but then the punishing virus is beyond the scope of our understanding. Remember the two constructs from Staika? Kamui and Kamu? Kurono has no doubt acquired special means through many unconventional experiments. Judging by how the mind of the two Strikeout constructs are fused, Kurono's research on this area is apparently quite major. So my answer to your question is I can't confirm it if it's possible. If they are indeed conducting this type of experiment, I suggest looking into the records of the defecting and missing constructs. Babylonian constructs would be the best test subject for them. Austin returns to the Science Council after the meeting. His terminal rings and he receives a seemingly normal report on the construct frame. Tapping the screen of his terminal, he finds details of the report listed one by one. Aurora Squadron, Kurono's private laboratory. Compatibility between minds? Is this what comes after that Fort Winter file? Minds are more complicated if they live in the same social system under the same rules. Are minds that can highly identify with the same set of mundane rules fundamentally capable of passing the Ascension network's filtering? It doesn't matter, this file arrives just in time. He deletes the browsing history and thinks for a second before opening another chat window on his terminal. Conservation area. There is no one inside the aircraft before you. Echo leads you to search inside to no avail, as it appears to have been abandoned for a while. This is the Flying Fortress? It looks like a little different from the massive Flying Fortress Echo described. Utopia is a fleet of flying fortresses. This is only one of the smaller ones. If necessary, the flying fortresses can be disassembled, leaving just a large one in the center. She cautiously bends down and inspects the tracks on the ground. Lena was here. This here and this here are tracks she left behind. She must have been here before. It seems to have been abandoned for a long time. Lena once taught me to read secret codes their squads used. I found it here. She left behind clues on the next location she was going to investigate. Echo is about to look closer at the hidden codes when static noises suddenly appear from the abandoned, seemingly defective control panel nearby. Lisa? Some audio devices seem to have been activated and you hear a rasping voice all around you. No, that's impossible. It's been a while, Lisa. How have you been? It's getting warmer now. Your cooling system has some issues, so don't forget to repair it. Or you can come find me. I'll make you all little problems go away. I'll never go back. Stop pretending. Why are you doing this? Devote everything to kindness. No, I never discard what is righteous. Be fair, be just, be humble, be prudent. Wasn't that what you taught me? Why? Why would you betray Utopia? Didn't you write those rules yourself? Every fine rule and grand vision has prerequisites. Above these foundations are separate set of rules, obviously. Everything has a price. Did I not teach you that as well? No, it shouldn't be this way. Our Utopia never changed, Alyssa. One day you will understand what your father has done, just like they did. You will become my true family. Who are they? Alright, you are seeking information on your friends, aren't you, Alyssa? Isn't it Lena from Caribou? I remember her, she was a special one. Stubborn, just like my little Elsa, so you had a lot of fun together back then, didn't you? Or is it someone from earlier? Nata from Silver Falcon? She was a bit of bookworm, wasn't she? I kept telling her not to read so much, they were more or less useless. Or is it... Enough! Alyssa? The rest of you starts laughing unabashedly. One day you will know what great work your father has been doing. If you want information on your friends, there are a few backup files in this control panel. You can take them with you. But remember, I'm right in Utopia, waiting for you. The voice disappears before Echo can speak again. Echo? I'm alright. Didn't he say there were backup files in the control panel? Let's go find them. That was Pickman's voice, wasn't it? Yes. I didn't leak our location. I don't know how he found me. Lena has been monitoring the surroundings during the entire operation. He has not detected any suspicious signals this whole time. I can't understand him. You are going to refrain from this topic, but Echo starts talking unprompted. The Utopia when I was little was genuinely a wonderful place. It was like the paradise written in the books, a place where everyone lived in a harmony. But I don't even know when he became like this. I never broke those rules, even after I left Utopia. I thought Utopia would return to the way it was if I kept following the rules and defending justice. Was I wrong? Echo looks up, her eyes brimming with tears. Everything has changed. She quickly wipes away her tears and turns to look at you. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be saying that at a time like this. Their control panels all share common passwords. I remember a few of them. Let me give it a try. Her fingers tremble as she punches in the wrong codes a few times. The control panel buzzes, alarmed. Echo? What's wrong? She hastily wipes her eyes again, tries to hide the trails of her tears. Justice itself isn't wrong. But I don't know what to do anymore. What even is justice? Aren't you doing a great job? I'm doing a great job? Remember when we first met outside the conservation area? You helped the woman who was being bullied. She could be a child's mother or an old man's daughter. Echo helping the woman could mean a full meal for a whole family. Even when she does not know what justice is or what she should do, protecting the weak is already an act of justice. Words and concepts are never clear. Knowing your desire and doing what's right is good enough. Is that so? Echo still looks a little lost, but her fingers have stopped shaking. Inputting her code again, she unlocks the control panel. I'm through. A folder sits on the screen. Clicking on it reveals documents after document. Each document is a detailed file on one of Echo's friends, everything from their basic information to their hobbies and interests. Details. Father. Dr. Pickman was very nice to everyone. He even remembered everyone's birthday and interests. Everyone in Utopia liked him back then. Can sentiments like that be a facade? Lena's information is here. Echo opens the file titled E20215 Lena. Construct Squad Unknown. Attempted to infiltrate the outer fighting fortresses of Utopia multiple times. Current status, missing. That's great news, Lena is alive. Based on the direction she was going to investigate, this is the place. Opening the holographic map on her terminal, she pinpoints a new location. Near Conservation Area 107. Another conservation area with hetero creatures related missing persons. This is no coincidence. We shall rest here tonight before we keep going. Until then, let me continue the story of Utopia. 25-8. Blooming in despair. I just want them to travel this sun-kissed world with me. I was the cause of all these sins. Utopia might have not existed if it weren't for me. Dr. Pickman was already doing experiments and he would occasionally ask for our help. Although we didn't understand what he was doing, we were all happy to lend a hand. He encouraged us to become constructs when the time was right, saying that constructs could help more people. Therefore, I kept going despite how difficult the process was. He was really happy the day my operation succeeded, however. Cecily! Look, the operation was successful. I'm also a construct now. I'll be able to work with you in the future. Alyssa? You agreed to be a construct? I did. Father said I would be able to help him complete more work and enforce the rules in Utopia if I became a construct. I put a lot of thought into picking this film. Cecily? What's wrong? It's nothing. I'm just too tired. You become a construct. It may not be a bad thing. At least you'll have a better shot leaving this place. Leaving this place? Are you saying we'll go on a mission together one day? I look forward to that day as well. Yeah, me too. Cecily's smile looks forced. Did he Did Dr. Pickman say anything else? He mentioned you. Father took me to a physical examination after the operation and he said all my data looked good, just like yours? And he said something about initiating the final plan. What is the final plan? I asked him about it, but he just said it was a grown-up thing. He said it would make us a real family, but I didn't understand the rest. I see. By the way, where is Nata? She told me she had a book she wanted to recommend to me, but her roommate told me she was gone when I looked for her in her room earlier. Did she leave Utopia? Yes, she did. She was the last one. Ceci, are you feeling unwell? Should you go see a doctor? I'm alright. Ceci smiles with relief as she has made a decision. Leaning down slightly, she caresses Alyssa's forehead just like the countless times she did in the past. Cecily? Alyssa, do you remember the fairy tale I used to tell you? The princess named Eliza? Of course, that was my favorite story. No matter how dangerous or difficult it is, there is always hope as long as you have the righteousness and kindness in your heart. Is that so? Keep it in your mind, Alyssa. There is nothing you need to fear as long as you let nothing change you. Justice is bound to echo through the land, and eventually... Several researchers are busy working inside the Utopia laboratory when Pickman opens the door as walks in. Is there still a problem? Yes, Doctor. A rejection reaction appears whenever we try to fuse different minds together. This marks the 58th external test subject, and the extracted consciousnesses still reject each other. The rate of rejection has decreased, but it's fine. Failure is inevitable. Every path to truth is paved with countless failures. What about the samples from Utopia? We deployed them, and your direction has proven accurate. The rejection rate of that batch lowered to 27.25%. But didn't you say? Don't worry, I found a solution. We finished preparing the test subject we are going to use as the vessel. To lower the chance of rejection, prioritize planting the consciousness shard from our Utopia test subject into the vessel's mind. As long as our vessel is steadfast enough, we will be able to cultivate a mind that is strong enough. Father! Alyssa, what is it? The new group of residents is misbehaving. They weren't happy with the resources they were rationed, so they took other people's food and water. But we all allocated those resources according to the rules. Alyssa complains angrily, and Pickman just looks at her compassionately. Those are not important anymore, Alyssa. Father? Alyssa cannot believe her ears, and Sir Father disregards the rules he used to care about the most. You can decide if you think it's wrong, Alyssa. Do what you want to do. I have to work on the experiment now. This is a very important one. If it succeeds, we'll become a real family. Bringing a notice signed by Pickman, Alyssa disciplines the disruptive residents harshly. Those who injured others have received half rations and are exiled to the outermost part of Utopia until their conduct improves. Everyone receives a set amount of rations and can work to get extra. How can they take it from someone else? Today's work is almost over, but there's still time until the break. I should go and find Cecily. She should be able to tell me the story of Eliza again if she has time. Cecily? Walking past a laboratory that has never been opened before, Alyssa suddenly stops in her tracks. She can hear Cecily and Dr. Pickman talking inside. Have you really made up your mind? I still think it's a little bit of a shame. I was going to save you for last. Although her data is more suitable as a test subject, you fit the vision I have in my research more. Only a mind that has gone through enough hardship can be strong enough. She isn't there yet. If I'm more suitable than her, like you said, why didn't you choose me in the first place? After all, Nathan and the others were my teammates. However you put it, I'm the only one who can be the core. Perhaps you're right. Do you want to take a look? Our future Utopia? What are they talking about? The door is already open. Peeking through the gap is not technically... Alyssa carefully widens the gap a little bit and peeks inside, where she sees Cecily calmly standing next to an inactive suit of armor. So, Neta and others are all inside now. Do I finally get to see you again? Neta, Sika, Arabella. She touches the armor shoulder lovingly. Don't worry, life's tough for all of us here, so none of us will age or die. This is the ultimate utopia. Cecily chuckles ambiguously. Any other preparations? You can see them now if you want. That's it then. Cecily! Alyssa has no idea what they're talking about, but she senses danger intuitively. The smell of blood spreads like rust soaked in air. Alyssa opens the door regardless of the consequences, running towards Cecily. Alyssa, shouldn't you be? Cecily has specifically chosen to do this during Alyssa's work hours. Alyssa never arrives late or leaves early, so why is she here right now? Go back, Alyssa. What are you doing? I'm too tired, Alyssa. I'm just going to rest. Don't be scared. Remember what I told you? Justice is bound to echo through the land. The storm might have invaded the skies, but the sun will shine on us again one day. But I probably won't make it to that day. I'm sorry, Alyssa. I'm just too tired. Please allow me to be selfish this one last time. See more of this word for me, if you would. No, Cecily! The memory ends here abruptly. I don't remember what happened afterward. That was the first time I found out what Dr. Pickman was doing. He was conducting a horrifying experiment, and the most important ingredients for his experiment were Cecily and me. Devote everything to kindness and love, never disregard what is righteous. He made those rules and he broke them as well. He always told me his experiment was going to make us a real family, but I didn't know. Echo quiets down, looking mournful. So this armor. She is Cecily, but not entirely. Inside the armor are a lot of consciousness shards, some of which are quite damaged while others wake up from time to time. Cecily is acting on instinct most of the time. They classify Cecily as a bioweapon, but most people who tried to connect to her were devoured by the enormous mind. Only I can establish a connection with her. Pickman didn't know why either, and neither did I. She is protecting you. Perhaps. She wants to protect me, but I just want them to travel with the sun-kissed world with me. One person get taken down no more than once, get taken down no more than twice. Okay. Conservation area 107. There has been a waves of new Hatter creatures attacks around here recently. Several constables who went out patrolling disappeared, and the people inside the conservation area are rightfully scared. Hey, you there, don't move. Who are you? Babylonian Task Force. I'm here on a mission. You should have received a notice from me. Staff member inspects your identification thoroughly before opening the door on the side. Small groups of people gather inside the conservation area, muttering and discussing something. Seeing Echo and you approach, they all pretend nothing is going on and cautiously disperse. Something's amiss. People in the conservation area under Babylonia should not have reacted this way when they saw Command and sat here to investigate. Back in the other conservation areas you were investigating, some were glad to see Babylonia's arrival, while others were mad that it took Babylonia so long to send someone there. But none of them were this alert. As if they are all protecting a secret. It should be fine, I think. It doesn't seem too strange to me. Doesn't the first chapter of the regulations of conservation areas emphasize the importance of remaining alert and being cautious of outsiders? I don't see what's wrong with how they're reacting. You're quite the expert with the regulations. The regulations of conservation areas are written into a thick tome. You wonder how she managed to memorize every rule on it. I just thought the book was great for referencing material, so I read it a couple of times. The systems written there are different from what I've learned. Did you lose to learn things like this as well? We all learned from the same book before Utopia changed. Inside the book were all the rules we needed to follow in Utopia. It's different from the regulations of conservation areas, similar but not the same. Utopia rules emphasize fairness and justice, kindness and virtues. It requested us to treat our people kindly and respectfully. The rules were so loving that they didn't seem to belong to this era. Meanwhile, the regulations of the conservation areas warn us about outsiders and refugees coming from beyond. Utopia's rules didn't mention anything similar. Utopia's rules taught us to find Dr. Pickman if he ran into problems. He would help us solve everything. Lena said that was wrong. Dr. Pickman could possibly help everyone this way. But Dr. Pickman said he wanted to create a utopia on Earth, a place that was peaceful and decent, fair and just, somewhere people could coexist lovingly. But Echo stopped stalking. Did Lena's message mention what she planned to do here? She mentioned seeing Kronos people around this area and she was coming here to investigate. It's those people. Echo quickly pulls you away to hide. Not too far from the outside of the conservation area stands a group of people in strange uniforms. Those are the combat uniforms of the Aurora Squadron. What are they doing here? You sneak toward them while hiding in an alley. The Aurora Squadron soldiers say something to the residents, and the residents all drop their tools in their hands to follow the soldiers away from the conservation area. A few soldiers lead in the front while the rest bring up the rear as if worried that the residents are going to run away. What are they doing? An obviously external force entering the conversation area should have alarmed the guards, so why are they not here to stop them? Let's follow them. Right after they leave the safe zone of the conservation area, the soldiers begin to create strange trails of fighting on the ground. That's hetero creatures? Time is running out. Go after them! Abandoned village, temporary Aurora Squadron base. I still don't think this is a good place. We could have stayed in Bobina's conservation area. Yes, we have to work for supplies there, but at least they are clean. Things you get without doing anything. Is there really such a thing as a free lunch? Let's go back, it's getting late. This is different, they promised us. They promised us water, food and warm clothes. I don't wanna go back, I don't want to work so hard for only a few supplies. Who cares about justice? I just want a free bread. Tate, what about you? Are you staying with Esker here? I don't know. But I'm starving too. Tate? I don't care about those things. I just want food. I'm so hungry. Is that the Bobina commandant? Shh, quiet. We don't want to get caught by them. Let me get you out of here. They seem reluctant to leave, but please give me more time. I have to bring them back. I promised their mother. Who is that, Nivi? Who are these two? They are from Babylona. Nivi, why did you do this? I have to enter Utopia no matter what. I'm gonna live the kind of life they described. We have insurance from Babylona. Oh, God damn it. Okay, where is the meeting point? Hey!
偽りを破壊無知の幕を下ろせ
Okay. So where is that point? The arrow points that way. Okay. Can I find anything here? Nope. I cannot attack through here. Oh. Oh no, it just has a weird light. I thought that was an interactable because it was glowy, but nope. It just had a weird light. There we go. That way. Hey guys! There we pop in. Don't let them get away alive. The residents they took away are in this warehouse. Oh, you guys are still alive. Okay, that's a bit excessive for that amount of HP, but hey.
暗闇が広がる限り私たちは進み続けます
To your surprise, the residents you saved do not look happy after you chased the Aurora Squadron away. Damn it, did we miss the chance? Why? Why would you do this? The gentleman promised us water and food and warm clothes. Those things came with a price, they were going to experiment on you. No one cares. The gentleman told us we could become their family as long as we followed their rules. Why would you stop us from entering Utopia? Those people have left. You can't go to Utopia today. Go back to the conservation area. It's late now. This place isn't safe anymore. The disappointed resident glares at Echo, but Echo ignores him as if she is used to it. Do you really think such a good thing exists? Certainly, they promised us. We just need to follow them. You wanted to follow them because you want to live, right? Who doesn't want to live? Do you think only bishots like you deserve to live in this world? We also want to live. Commandants and soldiers fight, farmers farm. Everyone has to work hard to survive. The conservation areas offers you the same if you work hard. Water, food, warm clothes and more. Do you really want to be their family or are you just lazy? You! Accusing others won't get you away from your own problems. You already believe what she said, don't you? Why else have they stayed instead of running away with our squadron? The woeful man walks away angry, no longer berating Echo. He joins a few other residents and begins the way back to the conservation area. A few are missing. Did they leave with the Aurora Squadron? Yeah. They were stealthy and joined the soldiers as they left hastily. Echo lets out a quiet sigh. Some people are definitely seeking an easier life in this world, while others are at their wits' end, no longer motivated to go forward. Instead of an easier life, it's more like a way out. Stop overthinking it. Echo sighs again. Right, I haven't thanked you yet, Commandant. It's alright. When I escaped Constellation and decided to look for Lena, I found a bunch of conservation areas like this one. You mean? Bigman hasn't given up on his plan. He's taking advantage of the mobility of these flying fortresses to build many incomplete utopias like this everywhere. They usually indoctrinate the residents by enticing them with plentiful resources. They tell them they can become their family if they follow their rules, and the well-behaved ones can enter their utopia. I've saved some residents like them before, but none of them believed the word I said. You were the only one who spoke up for me. Thank you. Remember the story you told me? Justice is bound to echo through the land. Don't be afraid, Alyssa. Justice is bound to echo through the land. The storm might have invaded the skies, but the sun will shine on us again one day. There is nothing to worry about. Even when the rules here begin to crumble, even when you are trapped in this quagmire, at least you are still alive. You can still dismantle everything. There is no time to waste. Let's go. Blurry memories linger in her mind. Something has been shattered in her heart, only to become the foundation of a stronger wall. Echo? Ah, sorry, I got carried away. What were you saying? We can follow the trails of the Aurora Squadron to their base. Time is short. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. This is a very long story. I think I'm gonna go to like half point and gonna end it there for today, and I will continue tomorrow. Following the wind, and she knows the skies out there to be blue, the grass to be green, and the ocean to be boundless, and yet she never set foot out of Utopia. It is late at night. The soldiers of the Aurora Squadron have entered the woods before you. In order to keep an eye on them, Echo and you have set up a simple camp here. They stopped. Their base must be nearby. Are you scared? I'm not. It's just, the closer I get here, the clearer some memories become. Back then, right after Cecily passed. Why would you do that, father? Alyssa, is something wrong? Alright, I can give you 10 minutes. The doctor in a white coat smiles gently as she looks at the time. Are you here to recite the Utopia protocols to me, or has someone violated one of our little Alyssa's rules? You know what I'm talking about, Cecily. Devote everything to kindness and love. Never disregard what is righteous. Walk in the path of wisdom without arrogance or faltering. Didn't you make those rules? Experimenting on Cecily. Was that kindness and love? Was it righteous and just? Of course, Alyssa. Bigman smiles assuredly. It is the most wonderful place somewhere, even better than Utopia, our Utopia here. Everyone can live together happily there. Everyone gets to wield incredible power. It is the most wonderful thing, Alyssa. But our research isn't complete. Once it is done, everything will be even greater. Alright, I still have some things to do. Go play by yourself. He smiles as he pats Alyssa on the shoulder before quickly stepping away, leaving Alyssa by herself. No, that is wrong. That is wrong. She keeps repeating the same phrase helplessly, despite her heart telling her that everything Bigman said was wrong. The education she has received fails to rebut those reasons. Is that really a thing? Do righteousness and justice, fairness and order look like this? Alyssa, what are you doing here? We just took in a new batch of constructs and we can use some help. Shouldn't you be working today? I see. I head there right now. Arriving at the door, Alyssa sees a few constructs approaching her. The soldiers from Aurora Squadron are walking behind them, as if escorting the constructs. This is Utopia. Most people don't get to come here despite how much they want to, so you're lucky. Here lies the only Utopia in this apocalypse. Psst. Why didn't Babylon move here if this place is so great? Babylon is nothing compared to this. You should treasure what you have here. I don't know anything about treasuring, so why don't you let me head back? You can't come back if you leave. Who would want to come to a place like this? You! He's about to say something when she sees Alyssa approaching. Alyssa, I will lead them to you. I have other business to attend to. Be careful, this Lena leading the group is a troublemaker. I thought all constructs volunteered to come here? Well, yeah, she was heavily injured and we rescued her, so she has to pay us back, so to speak. Fairness, am I right? Nothing's free. I see, you can go take care of your business. The soldier hurriedly salutes Alyssa before running off. Alyssa returns the gesture properly before turning around and looking at the constructs they just took in. Hello, my name is Marissa. I'm in charge of moral education here in Utopia. You can come find me if you need anything. Hypocrite. A sharp voice interrupts Alyssa. How moral can a sacred criminal laboratory be? Enough with your crocodile tears, you caught me, so I admit defeat, but don't you brainwash me with your morals. But he said they saved you and brought you back here because you were badly injured. Lena lets out a disdainful sneer. Yeah, whatever floats your boat. She looks daggers at Alyssa without saying another word. Night has fallen by the time Alyssa has done helping the newly arrived constructors settle in. Long overdue for maintenance, the ventilation system in the public area screeches in painful creaks. Alyssa sits in Cecily's favorite corner, her mind a mess. They said they saved Lena when it was so obvious that she was brought here against her will. Who is lying here? You need to see everything with your very own eyes, Alyssa. People's words need to be taken with a grain of salt. You need to see things with your own eyes and listen with your own ears. See things with her own eyes and listen with her own ears. Keeping her eyes closed, Alyssa replays in her head what has happened recently. Utopia has grown increasingly tense since Cecily passed on. Her father has upped patrol around the gate, and Utopia has seen an influx of voluntary newcomers these days. The people she has just received mark the fourth group today. Which is why she has started to entertain the idea of having a conversation with the construct going by Lena. She seems to know a lot of things that Alyssa has never been told. Such as Kurono and how people see this place as a laboratory base. Past midnight in one of Utopia's flying fortresses. Lena keeps her eyes practically closed, feigning sleep as she observes the patrol outside and quietly leaves a mark on the wall behind her. Never has she thought she would find herself in for a ride like this while trying to track down Kurono's research base. What exactly is Kurono doing here though? Does Barbina seriously have no clue about this research base when it's so big and obvious? One step, two step, the patrol stops in his tracks and starts having a conversation with someone. Hello. Isn't she the constraint from my afternoon and that claimed to be in charge of Utopia's moral education? What have you brought you here? Your room around here, if my memory serves me correctly. I want to talk to you about this Corona and laboratory base that you mentioned earlier today. And you have no clue as to what those are even to do you live here. Good job trying to trick that out of me, but I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm not tricking you into telling me anything. I'm just trying to figure things out. Everyone here knows this place as Utopia. Does the Colonel have anything to do with it? Without saying a word, Edna fixes her gaze on the construct before her. The Caribou specializes in tracking and spying, and being a Caribou herself, the naturally has the skills down to fine art. It appears that this construct called Alyssa doesn't have a full grasp of what's going on this laboratory base, except Lena still can't rule out the possibility that she's just playing dumb to pry things out of her. I have nothing to say about that. She squints her eyes again and looks away from Alyssa. I need to go now, but I'll be back. Alyssa does a complicated salad before turning around quietly and leaving. It's been 10 days since Lena arrived in Utopia. Under cover of night, Lena documents the landscape of this place as part of her daily work, noting that these flying fortresses do not stay forever at one location, and that they can be disassembled and reassembled if needed, which spells trouble. Lena is trying to come up with a way to get out of this place. Right when she gets back to her room, however, she hears a quiet voice coming from the other side of the window. Lena? What are you doing here again? I assigned you this room because I passed by during my night's patrols here. How was your day today? Lena hears a few quiet rustles of clothes coming through the window. She can almost picture Alyssa doing her complicated stuff even without seeing her. How did they manage to raise a child so pure and naive in a place as messed up as this one? You've been standing sentry here for 10 nights in a row now. Don't you feel tired? I feel fine. Work is work and they don't really want to do night patrols these days. According to the Utopia protocols, we are supposed to look out for one another, so I thought I could do night patrols in their place. Are you stupid or what? Well, I was hoping to learn about Chrono today, if you don't mind, and why we are at it. Why do people call Utopia the laboratory base? Do you really have no clue what's going on here? I mean, they are doing vivisection with constructs here. What else can it be called? An orphanage home? But that's not all they are. Are you really that naive? Anyone here? Yes, that includes you. Could be the next guinea pig. Why do you think they only take people in but never let them out? Have you ever set foot beyond this place? Lena's last question seems to have hit a home. All Alyssa knows about Utopia is that it's a gigantic flying fortress. Why did I have a hard time with that word? Flanked by numerous smaller flying fortresses. All she knows is that everyone living in Utopia abides by the rules here and that they can all live happily together as long as they abide by these rules. And she knows that the skies out there to be blue, the grass to be green, and the ocean to be boundless, and yet she has never set foot outside Utopia. Lena lets out a barely noticeable sigh. Having spent quite some time now observing this girl, she now knows for certain that Alyssa knows nothing about anything here. I've seen them in the middle of an experiment. The Pigman took Cecily. And I'm going to stop them, because what they do goes against the Utopia protocols. People are supposed to help one another, devote everything to kindness and love, and never disregard what is righteous. I will do what I can to help you and your people get out of this place. Wait, don't! Her words is spraying into the silent air. Lena hears nothing more from the other side of the wall. With a frown, she tries to think of something to stop Alyssa as she hears the same quiet footstep approaching the wall again. Before Lena even finishes her words, she hears rustles of clothes again. Good night, Lena. The stars tonight too shall shine upon your dream. It took Lena a long time to finally let her guard down around me. She would say hi to me at a recess sometimes, tell me what was going on out there, and occasionally teach me how to shoot with a bow. When she looked me in the eye, I always had this feeling that she was seeing someone else through me. She wouldn't tell me anything though when I asked her. She only told me to keep myself safe and never fully trust anyone, no matter who they were. When she trusted me so much herself. False dream. Have one moment so I get taken down over once. Okay. Against a sky in which the stars hang far and wide apart, the low hums that the armor emits are reminiscent of alarm colors. Commandant, what's wrong? Your body weighs right up and readies itself for a fight after years of being on the front lines. There is movement up ahead. They are probably trying to make their way back when it's still dark. Let's take them. Following the Aurora Squadron soldiers, you see a black airship towering in the woods in the faint morning light 2 hills later. So, this is Utopia. Not as big as I imagined. The whole of Utopia is much bigger than this. This should be one of the smaller flying fortresses out on a mission. Utopia consists of gigantic flying fortresses flanked by numerous smaller ones. Most of the time, Utopia stays on land in the middle of the wilderness and is usually not airborne. Some of the smaller fortresses scatter and come down to the ground when they are on missions, like this. Echo stops cold and presses her head to her forehead. A mine interference? Yes, they have probably planted a small armored device somewhere nearby that is equipped with the mine disruptor. But it isn't something I can't handle with your connection though, Commandant. Let's keep moving and see what's up ahead. With it, the two of you proceed carefully along the perimeter of the woods. A few tents scatter under the small flying fortress, where a couple of refugees and visibly wounded constructs line up for some sort of registration. Once verification is complete, they are led into the flying fortress. They are still doing this. Let's try to keep it on the low so they don't see us. I know where the back door is on one of these small fortresses. We need to get those people out there first. Before you can stop her, Echo has put away her weapon and started making her way quietly toward the flying fortress. Ay. Bit hot-headed. Inside the lab in Utopia. Alyssa and the Graven Commandant have reached the flying fortress. I see. Pikmin turns around from the experiment bench, his golden eyes glistening with a gentle smile. Little Alyssa is still as impatient as always. But I don't suppose a fruit ever becomes ripe with the juice of life if it isn't nurtured with the hardship of life. She has always been the best of them all. By the way, that girl from the other day who tried to pay me a visit but ended up in Babylonia. I don't even know who sent her to me, seemed quite impulsive saying that she wanted to join us. Where is the thing she brought with her? Here. The research calls up a series of files on the screen. After quickly going through the files, Pikmin falls silent. I see. Should I try to get in touch with them? No, we'll stay put for now. Let's wait and see what we are getting out of the next batch of test subjects. Can't play on the table without any chips in our pocket, don't you agree? I believe Alyssa isn't going to let me down, right? He keeps his gaze on the report detailing Alyssa's activities and breaks into another gentle smile. Inside the Flying Fortress. Navigating the Flying Fortress is a breeze with Echo leading the way. What hits you as weird though is that all the things here are out of place, a sign that this place is still under construction. This is where most of Pikmin's men come to rest. Echo quietly pushes open the door. Only to see countless mine disruptors on the other side. It's a trap! Cut off power connection. The gadgets are no longer working, but Echo still looks in pain. You can only imagine the pain she's going through having had her mind messed up by interference waves as powerful as the ones that just hit her. On the door. You've got to hold of Lee and the task force squad nearby. Wait, you got hold of Lee, sorry. And the task forces squad nearby and ask them to come down for help. But before they get here, you know you have to help Echo stabilize her mind first. Attempt to unload deep dive into Echo's mind. Okay. Calm down, Alyssa. Cecily. While you're grieving currently stabilizing your mind out there, perhaps you can take this opportunity to find more clues. These area in the mind might hold a memory behind that gate. Let's have a look over there. Okay. Oh, there's something new sparkly here. Oh, I can sit. Left control too. Let's go somewhere else. Ah. So I can sit now. Aye, the gate now opens. Oh, everything closed. I can't even go through here this time. You don't have much time. Let's look for the program information first. Okay, so that allows us to leave. Okay. What's that over there? Over where? F control Q. Judging from the height, it should be okay to jump down from here. Yep. There seems to be a machine down there. Let's go check it out. These are name Cecily, identity Babylon Construct Silver Falcon Captain. Taken in during a battle in Conservation Area 1 notes. Allergic to eggs. Please mind when preparing recipes. Command. Excellent construct with a strong will and calm mind. Stayed after realizing that escape was not possible. She is trying to escape, but that's fine because it takes strong mind to bear the most beautiful fruit. Wait. Constructs can be allergic to eggs? Ah, this file has documented things I didn't even know myself. Cecily, are you alright? It's okay, this is all the truth you need to know as well. These are name Nata, identity Bobby in a construct, Silver Falcon Captain, cause taken in during a battle in Conservation Area 1 knows likes reading and orders books to Utopia. Command, trust her Captain. That's good. I believe they will be perfect partners again. It's not us. Calm down, Alyssa. Watch out, Echo. Okay. Do what? Oh, hey guys. Oh, hey guys. They were all innocent. Don't overthink it, it's just an illusion in mind. But they were lives that actually existed. I will remember everything and bring justice back to them. Oops. Okay, he's not reacting. What about you? Experiment journal. We checked the previous test subject, the human being who survived the punishing virus. By using a special mind fusion method, we fused another mind with the existing one by making the test subject a construct. No reactions we have been observed so far. Wait, what? We tracked the previous test subject, the human being who survived with the punishing virus. By using special mind fusion, we used. Huh. Interesting. The test shirt is currently in good condition. We sent in to Babylon to work on missions. The test shirt has not realized the existence of the other mind in the body. The main mind, named Kamu, has hidden up with no obvious mind flashes detected from him. Ah, so it's about Kamu and Kamui. Oh. Well then. Don't look, Echo, don't. No, I have to remember all of this. I mean, it did look... Ah. When did I burn it? Left control E. Hey, I seen the animation in Wuthering Waves, huh? I'm no longer the once helpless Alyssa. Let me have a clear look at things that I once forgot. Okay. Careful. It hurts. I kick them. Okay.
再建無知の幕を下ろせ秩序再建秩序再建無知の幕を下ろせ
Okay. Echo, you're growing a lot. Let's get going. Leave. Someone's waiting for you out there. Echo's mind has stabilized. She seems to be trying to wake up from her deep mind. Echo! This place isn't safe. You need to get out of here as soon as you can. Commandant? Can you move? I think I can move just fine. We need to get those people out of here. She struggles to her fate. We can't let Utopia take any more lives. From outside the door, the sounds of shots being fired can be heard. Help is here. From Babylona? What about Cecily? She immediately straightens up, trying to hide the armor. Don't worry, it's a friend. When you open the door, you see Lee in the hall trying to open the door to the room that keeps all the constructs locked up. Commandant, Nick casts you a frown, apparently unhappy with what he is seeing. This is Lee from my team. Greetings, I am Echo. Though still haunted by the pain, Echo insists on greeting Lee with her complicated salute in a way. Commandant, I've roped up all those constructs who claim they are from Aurora Coscaron, and to keep us hidden, I intercepted the signals around here. And according to this log, they've kept most of these constructs and humans came here voluntarily. Voluntarily? They said Utopia had promised them a future where they wouldn't have to worry about food or anything else, so long as they agreed to become a part of this place. I went through the file myself. Many of them are runaways from some of the other factions. Some are being hunted down, some are registered as dead in the official records, and others came because they wanted a stable life. Lee passes you the file before casting a look at Echo, who is doing her best to convince the constructs and humans to leave. I'm afraid she isn't going to get the reaction she wants from them. Utopia is like a beautiful dream, one that appears to the exhausted souls wandering without a home. They might know that it's a bottomless abyss, but why does it matter? When there isn't anywhere else for them to go. And just like what Lee said, Echo was back this way, looking upset, getting not a single positive reaction. They all want to follow Aurora Squadron to search for the actual Utopia. Is Utopia really as appealing as they think it is? No one can resist a promise when already driven to the wall. I'm really worried about Lena. Is she going to get brainwashed by Pikmin if she doesn't make it out of Utopia and ends up all alone again? Everyone is going to be able to live happily together forever and ever. Life stops for all here, so no one will age or die. Is she going to end up like Cecily? That's not going to happen. You need to have some faith in her. You're right, there is no way she's going to fall for anything Pikmin says. I have to have faith in her. Lee walks up this way, having finished the head count. What are we going to do with these people here? Let's take them back to the nearest conservation area first. The task force squad you reached out to earlier has arrived. With their help, the constructs and humans aboard in groups the transport vehicles that take them to the nearest conservation area. Echo volunteers to go on a patrol after she leaves. Lee stops what he's doing and looks this way. Brave Force isn't too far from where we are now, Commandant. Those are who are after the Kurono test subject. Right, Isarius is leading the team. I tried muddying the waters with some misinformation, but there is no telling how long that can keep them stalled. Something that strikes me as weird though is that there is another force trying to muddy the waters too. We won't be found anytime soon, but I'm having no luck identifying the other force. Their purpose is still unclear, and if they ever find... don't worry. You put together the information you gathered from the Echo's deep mind and send it to us in an encrypted format. Minutes later, your terminal rings with an encrypted call from Asimov. Got what you sent me. Is this something you saw in the mind of that construct going by Echo? And some reports of findings from tagging Como. I see. Would it be possible for you to get your hands on more of this data? It should all be sitting inside Utopia. Utopia. Colonel's research base stationed by the Secret Force. Those cunning bastards. Assume a false sign when you don't telling him about what Echo has been up to. A moment later he speaks again. I will try my best to keep Babylon out of this, but you have to get your hands on the data at Utopia before Babylon finds out what you've been up to. I do everything I can. I just processed the data you sent my way and forwarded it to Nicole and Wells. We have no idea where that construct came from, so the data is meant for them to use as a bargaining chip if Corona ever finds out about this. Right, but Wells? Yep, as far as this goes, Wells has been treating very lightly. An insider told me that Wells has once led an excellent squad that they called Silver Falcon. Except they got wiped out completely doing a simple surface mission, and the mission location was Conservation Area 112. Conservation Area 112. You remember seeing Conservation Area 112 in a report of Fort Winter. A conservation area destroyed by hetero creatures is how it was described. I bet Corona was behind that. We have nothing definite to back that up, but Asio nods at you. By the way, I sent her data to report to the control court a week ago. Asio nods at you. There are always certain things that shouldn't be talked about even over an encrypted channel. I sent her down to Earth to look into abnormal samples as soon as I have a chance. You know exactly who Asimo is referring to. That sounds great. It's been so long since you last saw her. Lucia, I'm pretty sure. That's all I have for now. Let me know if anything else comes up. Asimo hands up. We might have a much better chance with Lucia coming back to us. Exactly. But that doesn't mean I'll be fine with you putting yourself on the line. Are you going to keep looking for Lena with just Echo? Yes. Help can't reach us fast enough when we need it. If the three of us find ourselves in the same pitfall. I'll take Lucia to the rendezvous with the both of you as soon as she can take the surface missions. Okay, I think that's a good breaking point. This is a very long story, but the start seems good. My only complaint is like we definitely met Alyssa in the color palette and we talked to her, so why didn't we realize her again? I know a lot of things happened since then, but still, it kind of feels a bit forced, right? Like, where is it? Or palette clash, that's what it's called. Travel overture. Was it here? I just want to get to the part where it is with her. Pa 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 pa. Pa pa pa. I just wanna find. I just wanna prove my point. Okay, I don't think it was here. I think it was later. Was it here? Okay, nope. Was it ending 1? I don't think it was ending 1. Ah, there she is. See? That's what I'm talking about. We met her. So we met her in the palette clash, so it's a bit odd. I hope they will explain it because it's kind of annoying me. Okay, but yeah, there you go, I proved my point. Like, we met her already in chapter 21, was it? 22. So, yeah, I'm a bit weirded out. I hope we get an answer, because if not, then I'm just gonna be a bit